Howdy, Miss Kim. There's Possum. What y'all doing? It's time. I haven't put one out in a while, and I figured I'd say howdy to everybody out there in Mr. Duggar land, because this land is made for you and me. Proud to be an American. I hope everybody comes on here is also proud to be an American. I have a few things I want to say about that tonight. It's going to be that kind of show. All right. And, I'm all about opinions, and I listen to anybody that, as long as they're in reason, you know what I mean? Um, I'm a happy camper. I know that. And I have too much fun to have people not understand what I'm trying to put down. Um, yeah, I did just spill my coffee on me, but I'm gonna have to run with it like that, and but I just thank God every day, and I know y'all just got here and probably don't want to, or if you do, I hope you do, but I always say a prayer to open up my show, and I say one to go away with it. So if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna open my show. But that's how I do it. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you tonight for letting me sniff air and be an American. Thank you for the people that come in this chat tonight and participate. And hope we can all come to understandings and maybe find a little something to laugh about. And we pray for our country. We pray for our kids and our countrymen. And we hope that, and we know that you're in this fight with us. So I know we will win. And I ask that in Jesus' name. Amen. And that's the way I roll. So good evening, y'all. What's happening tonight? Everybody feeling good today or what? We'll throw up for the first guest of the night. I got my guys. They be here after a while. We definitely show a panel together, so that's all good. That's good. Tell Miss Queen Possum I said hello. Miss Kim Burris, how you doing, dear? And it's just about time for some college football in it and regular football. I'm watching the World Series right now, the Little League World Series. I love that stuff. A good day, but hot. I don't know if it's hot or not. I've got a swamp cooler, and the only time and it's cool off right now. We got a cloudy over. It's trying to thunder and stuff, so it's cooled off quite a bit. I live in the mountains, but it's still probably it's perfect. It's about 70 degrees, 68, 70 degrees out there. Let's see. Oh, right now it's 73, what it says. It's fixing to get windy, but I mean, it is just really, really nice. Really, really nice. If I was to come up we got two great people in there. I know I ought to advertise a little bit, but that would make it an invasion, would it? I never tell anybody when I'm going live. I'm gonna see how it takes my cohorts in crime. They're really gonna show up this time. I go to their channel and they come to my channel, so we switch off. And there's some things gonna happen tonight, and I'm willing to go for a little while. It beats sitting here by myself. You know what I mean? So let's see. I got to put it in there live, bitches. I feel better now. I don't know. Well, what's going on with you, Miss Kim? Are you are y'all any of y'all either one of y'all fishing, or are y'all just all hiding under some shade somewhere? It kicked me out there for a second.
Look out. I'm going to have her say howdy, but she in there working. Taco Tuesday.
There you are. I'm trying to get some
Hey,
speed over right now. Hey,
She wants to say howdy. She's getting tacos ready, I reckon.
I know. I made tacos today too. I had
Awesome,
fish
awesome.
tacos. I had fish tacos.
Ooh,
Yeah,
crappie
I
or
had a couple.
catfish.
No, I had walleye.
Man, I still want to try that.
Oh, it's so good. It was so good. And I fried it. I didn't, before I put it on the taika, I didn't just sear it. I went ahead and I floured it and everything, gave it a quick burn and it throwed it in there. It was pretty good.
Boy,
But
I love that.
I'm I'm going to the store tomorrow. I'm gonna give you some of that rib skirt steak and make me some fajitas tomorrow night. I got a hankering for some fajitas.
Boy, I ain't had them in like 3 weeks. Yeah, I like some fajitas too.
You know,
Sure do.
I get them little different colored peppers and they're like little bell peppers, baby bell peppers, whatever you want to
Oh,
call them.
yeah, the sweet little peppers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
little
hell yeah.
sweet peppers. I
Forgive
love
me,
them.
I had to stare at my dog, but
You know, and I love that. I love a brindle dog, man. You say he
man,
got
I
some
want
mastiff or
somebody.
something in him?
Yeah, he's British master.
Yeah, yeah. I
no.
had a hog dog that had a little mastiff in him. Man, that's the
I've
best
never
hog
seen
dog I
a
ever
in their
had.
butt.
He 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 was mostly pit bull, but there was some black mouth cur and mastiff in him. And
They are
I
very
tell
pretty
you what, that was
dogs.
the best damn catch dog I ever had. He could stop a 300-pound hog and just make it sit there and quiver.
Oh, that's cool.
And he could throw them. I mean, he'd grab them, he'd throw them, dude. I mean, just like trip them up and shit. It was, and
Get a lash and a throw in there at the same time. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was cool. I, I see I think we lost Miss Kim. Shit,
Uh-oh,
I
she
ain't
go
never had
bad.
this. I don't even know if anybody knows I'm on here. Did it show a notification or what?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's why I showed up real quick. I don't like missing yours, man.
What what are you already cooked? Y'all sitting down to eat or what?
Oh, no, she just getting started.
Dude, I throwed out some bird seed there, 'cause I like watching the birds, and I when I do that, they quit coming to my window and looking in. That about shit you do to. I'll literally have. I got this magpie, and you know what a magpie is, right?
I don't
Big old
guess.
black bird with. He's like a big black bird with white on him. His big fancy tail. He's pretty son of a bitch. He really are big bird too, and he'll come right in front of my window. I got a cowboy lasso coiled up, hanging from deal with a little bit of yard art, a fish yard art, and I had somebody just sit there and just look at me. He ain't scared as long as I don't get up. As long as I don't stand up, he's cool. If I stand up, he leaves. Well, I hadn't seen him for about 2-3 weeks, but I started feeding the little birds out there. I got turtle doves and collared doves and every kind of bird in Mexico that I eat a seed come out in my yard, you know. So,
Right.
hello, Jones Vlogging Network. Thank you for coming in. And I tell you what, dude, that is the funniest bird. He's sitting there hanging upside down, kind of just tilting his head at me. He's like, "Hey, you gonna come throw some food out here or what?" He always gets all my old biscuits, you know.
You gotta
What you
love
up
your
to,
wildlife,
Bossman?
boy. I
Do
tried to
what?
get many birds. Oh, I said you gotta love your wildlife. And I had a bunch of
Oh
birds at
yeah,
the
dude.
old house, but now
I
I
got.
gotta draw some here.
Hi, darling.
Howdy,
Oh,
Jody.
there's my sweetie
Howdy,
pea.
Jones.
My sweetie pea and a Sasquatch just come into the chat. I just want to recognize them, Miss Pontoon Jody and the Sasquatch himself, Abbott. And yeah, I'm gonna marry that woman one of these days, or at least live in sin. I'm gonna go fetch her one of these
Well,
days. Y'all had
you gotta
what?
take your fishing first.
Right? She keeps letting other people on my pontoon though. That pisses me off. I don't mind she's a lady fishing. She don't need to have no fellers out on the pontoon with her. She's so freaking pretty, dude. She I might make her nervous though. I'm pretty adorable. I have that effect on women. I make them nervous. I don't know. I'm way out of practice though, so. But I tell you what, I it's like a bike. I think I can get back on that bike. She's such a sweetheart, dude. She is makes my heart pump every time I see her.
Oh yeah, she is a very good person, boy.
Well, let me get a few things tied down here, Jody, and I'll come up and flirt with you in person, and we'll go out there and paddle around, see how big a fish
Look
we
at that.
can catch.
Really fun. What the
We got
hell?
we got to have that pontoon magic, you know what I mean?
They'll fall on you. Well, you gotta get off of it.
Yeah, yeah,
I need to screw it to the wall.
yeah. There's a link right there. If somebody wants to jump in. Look
Look
at
out, Jody. I don't know
I
if
got
it's
the
gonna
system
be a
down.
full moon Friday, but it's getting close.
Is it?
It's almost halfway tonight, I do believe.
I don't know. We
I love full moon.
she's out on the pontoon right now. Well, come on live, baby. Let me watch you fish. I can't go fishing. At least I can fish with the girl I love.
It's gonna be in a week.
Don't step into a trap, everyone. You're the only one who's got to worry about that trap there, Sasquatch. I'm going to sell him to an interstellar zoo one of these days.
What is Interstellar?
They pay top money for Sasquatch.
Oh. Boy, what's what I've been
I have no
doing?
effect on women.
Been listening to a little Oliver Anthony.
One of my favorite songs.
Jeremy,
You told me, babe.
your son's over here eating flies.
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
just
he too.
my scouts there. I done sold the Sasquatch last week, so right now they're full up on Sasquatches. You're lucky. And my ship's in the shop.
You killed me, boy.
Uh,
That's like Lee this morning. He had me laughing all morning, boy. Um,
did you did you see that fella that lit homeboy's Trump Trump one sign on fire? A bicycle rider.
uh-uh.
Yeah, yeah. Now he's trying to take credit for my shop. I'm just getting new lasers put in. But yeah, he come up on homie's property. He had a flag hanging there and had a sign that said Trump won. And he's riding a fancy bicycle wearing that little sissy la biking uniform and helmet and stuff, you know. And he kicked the sign several times. And you just got blocked by Russia.
Oh,
Hey,
hell.
Bruce, come on in, man. And he got mad and he rode off. Well, next evening he came back and he lit that sign on fire. And he had to move the flag 2 or 3 times to get it out of the way so it wouldn't catch on fire. Well, of course, a flag being a flag, it went right back to where it started at, you know. And well, he lit it. He ran off. And well, this guy had a tattoo on his arm and you know who Benny Johnson is?
I sure don't.
Benny Johnson's a real conservative blogger. Dude, you need to watch him. He's pretty interesting cat. Real Christian kind of guy and real a patriot. But he gave about $5,000 of his own money, and another YouTuber put 5,000 together, and that guy whose fine it was that started off with $1,000. Well, them 2 YouTubers come in with $5,000 a piece. Well, this guy had a tattoo on his forearm, and they said whoever leads us to this guy gets his money. It didn't even make it past 2 o'clock in the morning. Somebody done emailed him and told him who the guy
Where he
was.
was?
And he
Hell
tracked
yeah.
him. How they tracked him down was cool because he has this computer thing that shows where he went. You know, he's in with all the bicycle guys with all their little fancy networking stuff, and he puts his stuff out there to show what he's been riding and stuff. Well, guess what? Somebody done found him using that system. He said, well, he's got to be in that area. Because they all use it. All the ones that buy all the fancy stuff to just sit on a bicycle, all use this system. And they caught him with that. Well, and he should be going to jail.
It wasn't the same thing I seen on the news in California, was it?
No. Actually, it was in North Carolina. They got a liberal attorney general there, district attorney, that just give him a slap on the wrist and no jail. But homie's taking him to civil court. He fixing to rectify him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I heard someday about California. Somebody they shot some girl over, having a rainbow flag.
Beastie Boys.
Terrible.
Yeah. When that was when they flew that rainbow flag at the White House. That was against our constitutional flag bearing stuff. You know, nothing supersedes the United States flag, and that's what they had it superseding our flag.
Right.
But, I tell you,
I
y'all
don't
look up
think like anybody.
Anybody else want to jump in? You're welcome to. Twisted Brewster, how you doing there, cousin? He likes them old Gamecocks, and when I first met him, I didn't think he was all into it, but that fella knows his football. I admire that. I used to know it so well, man, and I got out of it for a lot of years. I don't know, I was fishing mostly on Sundays or Saturdays or whatever. I don't know. I just kind of got side. You know what happened is the National League, NFL, soured me from watching shit, and I don't know. But I used to be a hard line Aggie fan. It feels good to be rooting for the boys again. You know what I mean?
Right, right. I hear that, Miss Kim.
Jody, did you go away?
Is there green onions out there?
And I still got to contact you on that, Miss Kim. We ain't got everything, prepared yet, but
Well, let her know I haven't been able to go through stuff yet.
I know.
Only a couple things. Is there green onions out there?
Why, yeah, they grown like a weed, baby.
On
I've been watering them.
the
I love recutting the
I'm
green
gonna take
onions,
him
man. They
soon.
don't go nowhere, and they come back in a couple of days and go back and cut them again.
Yeah, 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 yeah. My daddy would hurt you if you pulled up on his onion.
Yeah, I used to
He
like the little
loved
white
them
parts
green.
in my salad, but now no, just put the green part. I like re
Yeah,
up and
my daddy liked it in scrambled eggs, and
oh
he was
bull,
serious
what you
about his
talking about?
onions, boy.
green onion and scrambled eggs.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, it's good.
Green onions is pretty good. And peppers too.
Well,
Well,
you
I don't
poor
know what
thing,
you
happened
put
to catch
in there.
undersized snook. Yeah, I can feel you. I knew when I used to fish for snook, I was always looking for one of them big ones, but at least you get a chance to wet a fishing hole. You know, go fishing for snook. Man, I'm out in the desert. LW, how you doing there, buddy?
How you doing, LW? Yeah, yeah. It's been boy, it's gonna be terrible, but I'm gonna try my hardest to be there Friday. But man, it's gonna be so hot there. It's gonna be 100 for regular temp. No telling what the heat index will be. But I know at night right now it's sitting at 82.3 and 88% humidity outside, and not a lick of wind. So it's been terrible.
Really?
It's gonna be bad till Friday. Yeah. Then we're supposed to have a little cooler temperatures, but golly, it's been miserable. No telling what down there. I don't know how bad your tent. I bet it's been up there too. I know y'all had a couple of
Yeah, it's been
111
pretty
days.
warm.
Huh.
LW, my hero. What are you doing, Bubby? Yeah, it's been pretty warm here, but I'm in New Mexico. Plus, I'm closer to the sun, being on top of this mountain. And boy, I tell you, but
Right.
it cools off in the evening. It cools on it down in the evening. You know, we're kind of splashing through our little monsoon season. We're getting a little evening rain, a little sprinkle here and a little there. Sometimes it rains harder than hail. I mean, it gets here, gets with it for about 15, 20 minutes and blows over. I mean, but yeah, that's cool. But that's what was killing my internet was they had bad wire, and every time it rained, they'd get that moisture, and there would be a crackling noise from that line deteriorating over the years or whatever.
Uh, creating a sinkhole then, huh?
Yeah, man, I'm wanting to go. I'm wanting to go down to Elephant Butte, but I know it's a hot son of a bitch down there. So I think I'm. But yeah, you have a Mister misting set up on your back porch.
I
You do
no.
spray mist? We always had one of those in South Texas, man.
I
You know,
made
and
one last year for my water hose, but I didn't this year.
I tell you what, they sure help.
Yeah, with a fan blowing, bull.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I put one on my buddy's boat for him, and he'd be loving some Fat Man over that. You know, he has a
Bull, I
Bimini.
bet.
He has a Bimini he puts up, but when it comes up, them hoses come up, and it's just water straight out of the lake. You know what I mean? I just did it with a uh, like a live well pump, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that would. Yes, sir. That worked.
You know, and it builds up a little pressure, and it's one thing. It just stays perfect too. So. But that, you have to cut it off in a little bit because it like I say, it's homemade. It ain't perfected mist. So there's one or two you'll get a little stream every once in a while, but it's cool. It cools off. You look forward to that one little hard spot in it that's blowing out a little bit bigger stream to cool off. You got on them lake about 12, 1 o'clock, man. It starts to warm up in them high mountain lakes. And this, you know, we get that blue sky going. It's like an air fryer.
Good night,
We
Miss
don't have
Kim.
any humidity. We don't have any humidity.
Love you too.
Bye, Miss Kim. Take care of your little bitty self. Well, we
I
got
can only
Natalie.
imagine out
Hello
there
out there. I don't know who's
on the
all
lake
out
with a
there.
miniature bull. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Everybody that took the time to come check out the invasion, welcome. Uh, there's a link if you want to hop up and hang out, you know, and see what kind of subjects we can talk about. I'm really concerned about our country, and a lot of people don't like it on their channels when things turn political and I don't mean for it to be political because it's not a political thing. It's about our country, you know, that we have to worry about. It's not about Democrat
Learning.
or about Republican. It's about American, and it's all of us against what they're doing. It's commies. It's Marxism, you know, and the two-sided justice system in
Yeah.
this country is crazy, and it's never been more blatant. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Didn't Trump go down to court today or something? They charged him $200,000 bail, like he's a flight.
Golly.
Yeah, like Trump is a flight risk. Oh,
I think he's the best thing we had. What I think. I mean,
isn't
I
it?
wasn't
Isn't
back
it,
in the
Rooster?
day of the other ones, but at least he stands for a certain few things.
Well, they've been printing so much money, Rooster. You know, and they're sending it over to uh, Ukraine and a lot of things going around that we really don't need. You know, our money's being ill spent, and there needs to be a big audit every year. They should have to be accountable for every penny, not every dollar, every penny. It should be able to taken down to you know.
Good.
Uh, but yeah, you know, I mean, oh yeah, it's pocket change for him. But why should he have to put up a bail? He's Donald J. Trump. You know, he ain't going nowhere. He showed up
They've been
out
trying
of
to
his
find
state.
everything on him and ain't found. I mean, they're still digging.
You know, for concocted charges. That's it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I think they just mad because everything was kind of getting in order again.
Well, it's trying to turn it into a banana republic. You know, It's about as close as we've ever been to losing our whole republic. This little uh, trial or scientists and how do you
Remy,
how would
quit
you
it.
put it? This experiment, the republic, because everybody else are democracies, and communism is democracy.
I'm done.
Did you know that?
Really
So
sorry.
a lot of people are confused about that. We have a democratic formula, but we are a republic. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That left wing bullshit is terrible. Well, we're gonna add a little class to the stream here. Now for everybody's viewing pleasure.
Stick him in the eye.
Howdy.
Quit. Quit.
One, two,
Howdy, Jody.
in the crowd.
Oh, look at her. Look at her. Look at her
Hi,
hair.
gorgeous.
Let me see.
We just love your hair, ain't we?
Oh, you look so pretty.
Got it all.
I ain't even combed it.
I wanna pull that
This morning.
so
I'd
bad.
put a hat on.
Well, you got curls for months, and it's just lovely.
I put a hat on. It's just everywhere.
I need to ask Pontoon Jody something. Jody, how's KP? Is there any change for the better? Or?
I messaged Caitlin a little while ago, and I haven't heard back from her. I don't really bother her that much
Don't bring anybody down.
because
Huh?
I don't bother her that much. Actually, I do a lot of calling her.
Yeah,
messaging
she's got
because
too much on her plate.
she's got everybody bothering her, and me and Kenneth, was kind of close, and he knew how I felt about him when he was able to talk. So I don't feel the need where I have to talk to him right now. That's, we was close when he was able to do stuff. So
I'm not reading it.
I just don't feel like I have to constantly check on him every day like that. Let her have some peace because I know she's getting it from everybody else. Me and Kenneth was pretty close.
And
My
there's
man
the great
said,
one and
"Well,
only
let's
Eric
figure it out."
B, my brother from another mother. My brother in Christ, Eric B. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Eric.
Mm.
The possum, Amanda, baby. Is that a kitty cat?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, the great
I have
old
hillbilly
baby.
internet.
No, that's a doggy.
He said, "You call me a cat." Look at him, boy. She didn't mean it, son.
He did look up when she said that. What? Did she just call me a pussy?
Maybe.
No, he don't like him old kitty cat. Oh, goofy doggy.
Yeah,
you know
sleep
me,
on
I'm
that.
half blind. I just
I know. Where's your Meemaw glasses at?
They don't work.
Yeah, I'm blind in
Oh,
one eye and
Lord.
can't see out of
We'll
the
put a
other.
battery in them.
Let's try this.
Oh, look out. Which eye's worse then?
One eye ain't no better than the other. Yeah, this size. No, I can't. One eye ain't no better than the other.
I tell you what, you take care of that dog. That is one shiny dog.
Mhm.
We give him an egg every day in his food.
I
It
tell you
does.
what, he looking good. He looking good. That's a big old dog, man.
Yeah, he about 100 and something pound, old heifer.
About 150.
I bet when
Look
that
at
dog
look at him
whooped,
look at Mama though. He's like,
somebody
what?
look at
You
it.
calling him
I'm
fat?
sorry, you're fat. Try sleeping with you. Terrible.
Oh, he gonna get you now, boy.
I don't know, man.
No, I don't got no glasses down here.
Well, daggum. Pull your
Yeah,
magnifying
they're
glass out.
I tell you what, I think
Rooster.
it's that I ain't
I
looked
agree
at
with you.
yet. With the Bass Pro catalog.
Eric B, I hope you are listening. I hope everything's going good with you, my brother. And
Howdy, Eric, sir. God bless you.
Paul, I hope everything's going with you. And I just want you to know, Eric, you helped me a lot back in the day, and I ain't never gonna forget that. And and just know, my brother, I am too blessed to be stressed. So don't worry about me. I've got a grin back on my face. It took me a while, but I hold up long enough. Everything changes, and you reflect and think it out and talk it out with people. It helps so much. So I appreciate
Okay, come
everybody.
here and have a cookie. Come here.
Do you know real cheap cookies?
Them
No,
dollar
we
the
got
best
milk
cookies.
bone.
uh, they're like $1.45.
chunky chocolate chip cookies from Dollar General.
I want some chocolate chip cookies now.
You get 27
It's
cookies.
endorphins, I tell
How
you.
can you beat that? Yeah, Rooster, what gets me about that is also, they're trying to starve us out. There's a lot of food plants that have been getting burnt down, and and they showed that last California fire how it's ignited in about 8 different places over about a 20-mile spread, all at the same time.
Oh, then that was
So,
triggered then. Yeah.
yes, sir. It was set on fire.
Mhm.
Well, if you
Man,
remember,
running that
look at all
crap
them chemicals that was dumped in the river
over
all
our
at one
kids,
time.
making sissy lalas out of our baby boys, mutilating kids. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible. They're on an agenda and they want to keep the narrative. They've lost a lot of the narrative because they come out with Truth Social and Elon buying Twitter and Rumble and stuff coming in. The people are getting the news out there, that's not been doctored. If you ever listen to like MSNBC and CNN and ABC, you can literally, if you time it right, you can watch all their mouths say the same exact word, and they'd be totally different news stations. They get their 4 o'clock messages. This is what we're going to be talking about today. So, Lance McGood.
Howdy, Lane.
That is the Low-key kid, guys. My wife she was from Hawaii. She lived in Hawaii over 30 years. She always called me the Low-key kid. So I transferred that title to Lance. He's now the official Low-key kid. That means rascal. And Lance, that's a pretty cool cat. I love that cat. What's up, man? You been fishing? What about you, Jody? You been fishing?
Yeah, I fish all the time. I went Sunday night.
I know you
went
fish
Sunday-
all the time, but have you been catching?
Yeah, how's
Saturday
the
night, I
heat
only
been,
caught one. I was
been
only out for 2
comparing?
hours. And then Sunday, we caught a few dinks. Saturday night, I can't remember what I caught Saturday night.
Oh my God, did you see the new giraffe?
And then Friday night, I caught a flathead with Steve Douglas.
It has no spots.
You had what?
I caught a flathead.
Yeah,
Steve
somebody was
Douglas
in
was fishing with me.
Oh, that's
All right.
awesome.
Right on. How big was the flathead?
19 pounds.
Shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that.
Come on.
Those are
Is that the first one this
everybody calls
year?
them the big ugly. I think they're the prettiest catfish, personally. All
Yeah.
camouflage up and stuff. I love flathead butter.
They come with a
Love
ghillie suit. Yes, sir. They were so pretty.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. You can put them in the water sometimes, and if they just lay there for a second, be kind of not real clear, just disappear on you. But I've
You look
never
at the
released
listeners. Absolutely.
yellow cat hardly that was in good health, was fired up, ready to get back in the water that he didn't splash you. I mean, they tried their best to splash you.
That is one thing about a bank. Yeah, if you let them off the bank, they always give you a good old splash. Usually.
Yeah.
Rooster, you're correct, man. I mean, what's happening in this country is we're being attacked from within. You know, they've infiltrated inside. It's not to divide and conquer us. And that, I think that's coming, you know, that people are becoming aware that that's a plan of their, more the black community, Hispanic community, and the Asian community kind of realize they're being played, and they're tired of being victims. They're not victims. They, you know, they're proud people, and they're tired of being played off as a victim and put up against the evil white man. You know,
Yeah.
every time they try to push color somebody's skin, they have a narrative of that. It's not because there's something really going on. There's that much racism in the country. That's what they want to portray. It's just like their Chinese flu. You know, they knew that shot didn't work. They knew that shot hurt people, but they pushed it anyway. You know? So I mean, I'm a pretty opinionated fellow when it comes to subjects like this. And but you're right.
Okay.
Everybody needs to snap and aware. It's a shame you can't trust your own government.
No, because they trying to
Okay,
damn
money.
do. They trying to milk us for everything out. You know, make the you got a nickel, you gonna hear it squeak. It's terrible.
No,
They're just trying to take everything.
They want dictatorship. They want everything centralized. One global power of the really rich and powerful people owning the shit. They want to take away our voice. They want to take away our vote. They want to take away our weapons. That's why they're fighting so hard for the weapons.
Yeah, they ain't gonna take nothing from me unless they
When you
take
got
me.
over 300 million Americans all got guns, it's kind of hard for them to come in here and go, give me your guns. And we tell them no.
Yeah, no, but everybody ain't gonna say no. You have to shoot us first. Yeah, absolutely. That's just the way I'm built. Hell yeah.
That's why they got so mad at Jason Aldean, not in a small town. You know what I'm saying?
That was a
Come
bunch
take
of
away my
BS.
grandpa's rifle. Come on, see what.
Just because they put one thing about robbing a store in there, everybody jump to conclusions. But look how many people support him that's different color. Huh?
They had a guy that had a black
About
fella that
beating that.
he,
It ain't
he,
got
he,
nothing to
he,
do
he
with
does
the
he has a show that he listens to music
Hard
he
man.
never heard before. We'd never heard Jason Aldean, and they played that song for him. He looked at him and said, that song ain't racist. Are they stupid? No, they're not stupid. They try to make a narrative, their narrative, not what really is, you know, real life stuff that's going on, you know? It's all a lie. Everything they are accusing other people of doing, they're guilty themselves. You know, I don't know. It's like a boomerang thing gonna happen though, I believe. Open the borders and get more votes. I think it's more dastardly than that, Rooster. I don't think it's about the votes now. I think it's about letting in military
about the people.
men into our nation that we don't know where the hell these people are. Unvetted people. They've caught thousands of people that's not supposed to be in this country because they're combatants. And
Well, yeah, just yes, I agree with that. Just no offense to anybody that's Muslim, I guess, or however you call it.
It ain't Democrat or Republican. It's American.
They can come over here and drive a big truck and then got to take a CDL license. But we got to have
SO
you
my
know,
bubs. How you doing, brother?
about
Welcome
four
in.
things.
Sick wonderful people here.
Otherwise, we don't get that license. But they can come over here and
Yeah.
just do it. You know, they can't even speak English. Now, how the hell?
I mean, stop and think about it. You have to have a license to buy a car. You have to have a license to, pay your bills, cash your check. But you don't need an ID to vote. That's why they do that. if you can't really check off a real person, and then some guy that that I know that's where my grandpa. I know he's turning over his grave that they made him vote Democrat. Well, after about 25 years after he died, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's accountability, and they hide it, and there wouldn't be so much suspicion out there. There wouldn't stuff actually happen. Just saying.
And plus, with all the crooked stuff with the
I have my
computers
theories.
these
I hope
days,
everybody, what's everybody else's thoughts on that?
I know nothing about a computer, but I know some of them out there can do anything with it. You know what I'm saying? That's how they mess with your votes and stuff now.
We're the party of
Now,
racism.
if it's back like
I'm not
back
really
in
a
the day,
Republican. I'm an
there'd
American.
be one person see you sign that and vote for whoever, and then they're so be it. It's not like that anymore. I think we ought to go back to the cowboy days a little bit. You start, I know it would take offense
we
to
need
me
to,
if you want to, but
pull the people
if you start
out there that
hanging
are
them people
dishonest
in front
and not wishing
of
well for our
everybody,
country.
y'all quit all
Protect
that ignorance.
You know,
They wouldn't steal and rob no more.
people being installed and being elected again. You know what I mean? And that's what's happening. People are being installed into high positions, not elected. They're being installed.
That and that old
And
slap on the hand, bull. That ain't getting nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
come
Terrible.
on, man. Hillary Clinton smashed her servers, took cameras to phones, and everything she did tore up was under subpoena. And she never did a day.
When you can accidentally run somebody over, you get charged manslaughter. But they're taking these criminals out here and feeding them, what I mean, all their lives. Don't make no sense.
I don't know, man. It's like in poor people in Portland. They tore that town up. There were people killed. Businesses burned down. They didn't do anything. Made the cops stand down.
Yeah.
You got people
Yeah, I met a good state trooper
right
one, 2 times. You know what I mean?
Haven't even been charged with nothing but trespassing. I mean,
And I totally do.
Turned it into a banana republic.
At least you do your job, and oh boy, there's some good. You got to have some blue out there, or it's just a new purge. You know what I mean? But the ones that really do their job, that's been there for years, they're not so hard and so bad. But these new ones that don't know nothing, just trying to make a name, they don't even know what they're doing. They're playing in the sandbox, can't even make a sandcastle.
Yeah. I mean, you got people like Schumer. You got
you going in and out, Doug.
Like leader of the has no business getting in there. You got that lady that had that Chinese spy. You can't even function. Then you got homeboy that had a stroke. You got no business being in service of our country. Thanks for coming and playing for a little bit, but you're time for you to go home. And the founding fathers never had it made where you come serve the country, do your term or two, and then you're out. It was never to be a full-time career.
They was there while they could be. I don't know what happened, but
have y'all seen your prices and your food and gas go up in the last 2 years?
Yep.
It's going to get worse before it gets better. You
Well,
literally
little
got
thing you keep holding
president
to yourself,
or a
or
resident in the
love
know.
the
White House
people you know, and always share it. Always
trying to destroy our country.
2010.
even pray for the bad.
I think
'Cause
my
they don't
daughter
know no better.
graduated in around 2011. Well, she was going to college somewhere around that time. And I believe gas was $4 a gallon then.
Yeah.
Because,
Who-
she was
in
4
the White
hours
House?
away at college and it was a weekly trip.
Well, here's what
It's
I
home
don't
trip.
understand neither. Why can't
can't
we
afford it.
self-sufficient ourselves? Why do we have to trade? Why, I mean, I
Because he
know.
set us up for failure. He even sold our reserve fuel.
Well, yeah, there's enough
know?
fuel in the bottom of this earth over, westways. Yeah, we can be
Yeah, but he sold our reserve.
self-sufficient
But
for a long
we
time.
don't have to pump it. He sold our reserve of oil in our strategic oil holdings.
Well, here's what I
They're trying
said
to weaken
too. Trump wouldn't have gave Ukraine that money. He'd want them to defend on themselves.
Well, it's
You know what I'm
Trump,
saying?
Trump really doesn't have any say about who gets that money. Congress is the one that got the purse strings. But what Biden and they're doing, they're taking it from other. They're taking it sort of like Trump took the money from the military to close the wall because it was a military thing to stop the invasion from the other country.
Hey,
Okay.
but you hear a lot
So
of that in songs.
Biden's doing the same thing. He's trimming other alleyways because the Congress has already shut off his money, but he's still finding money in other things. Like right now, he has aid for Hawaii. He's got it paired with more money for Ukraine, and they won't separate that bill. You know
Well,
what
that's
I mean?
it.
So if you want the people in Maui to do without, then vote against this bill. But if you pass this bill and you bring money,
Well, his old
I
timers
think
about got him passed up. Hell, he can't get
to
back
stand up and
walk.
rewrite that bill. Do what?
Oh, I was talking about Biden. I said, hell, he can't back walk, but I just wish everybody, everybody wishes that, but if everybody could just care a little bit more and take a little bit more time, everything would be a little bit better.
Well, I don't think they should go after Biden. I think they should go after Ray and the Attorney General.
Well, yeah, I think we ought to have Trump back because I mean, keeps less people out of ours, or what we're not trying to overpopulate at the moment, and because eventually it'll get like China. I mean, it look like damn ants running around here.
I don't think Trump.
We're like rabbits.
He can only do 4 years, and he can't get nothing accomplished in 4 years.
You talking about Biden? I agree with that, but are you talking about Trump?
In the second term, he would have made a great difference. He was turning it around and everything, but
Biden did a lot in 4 years or 3 years. He's about destroyed our whole country.
I know, but just imagine if he got that second term in, but everything he accomplished in the first term was just washed away.
Well, gas prices were cheaper. We're giving money back to the hard-working people.
And it's just all washed away.
They're fixing to out Biden anyway. The Democrats are hoping the Republicans do it.
I'm pretty sure I was paying like $1.68 a gallon in Tennessee for gas.
Bull. That reminds me of back in the day when I was a kid, got up at the gas station. Ride your lawnmower up there. It's $1 something.
It was less than $2 for sure. I know it wasn't in $1.90.
It was under $2. It was like $1.75, $1.60.
Yeah.
You know.
Won't ever see that
I
again.
remember buying gas I think for 48 cents. Lowest I remember a gallon. It's $5 to fill up my old Falcon.
I think it was Florida. Forgive me. I gotta look back on the chat. But he was talking about the interest rates going up. Yeah, that's so nobody can buy nothing. They can't afford it. You know what I mean? They got to slow demand down.
There's
Because I
50
wouldn't live up here in Syson, and I
There's
got to
people
build
don't
a
have to
fence
have
and
money
ain't
to
got
buy
30
stuff.
foot for a yard. You know, that's too close. You putting too much stuff in one bubble.
Well, I don't know how y'all where y'all live is and around your cities and stuff, but where I live in Santa Fe, close to Santa Fe, we have a group of people that comes in weekly, you know, and they're all smoking that dope. They got a little place for them to sleep at night over there, and I don't know how they're dispersing out because you notice the people change all the time. My buddy actually has a mechanic shop over there, and I go hang out with him a lot. So I kind of look for. You never see the same people. It's a bunch of different people. They're busting in and dropping off these derelicts in the middle of Santa Fe because they're Democrat office. The government's a Democrat. She's evil.
Well, you have to
And the
forgive
rest
me.
of it. But
I don't know the
what I'm
difference between
saying
a
is,
Republican and a Democrat. But
how many people you got panhandling around where you live?
None.
You can see these a lot of young people in there. They're kind of dirty and stuff. They're healthy. You can look and see they're healthy. As far as being able to walk, they walk normal, shoot shit, whatever.
look like
They
a
can't get a
zombie.
job. They want to, they've learned if they stick their hand out, Americans feel sorry for them, Christians feel sorry for them and help them.
There's none of that where I
They
live.
got their baskets from the supermarket full of
Well, that's
all
great,
kinds of
Joe,
crap.
because there's so many corrupted little towns, boy. There's one over here called Canali. I bet they got 300 people in it, and half of them don't pay it.
This is
Or
the whole
meth
county. I mean,
That's what
there's
me too,
drugs in the
man.
county. I'm not saying that, but there's
They'll
no
take your Cadillac to
panhandlers.
murder
There's
now.
no homeless. Nothing like that.
Oh, we
That's
ain't got much of
beauty.
that, unless you go up around Cape or something. But
Where I
no,
live,
these people around here just steal.
yeah, there is drugs up where I live on this mountain, and they come right the 4-wheelers. Like somebody offered me $250,000 from Florida for my house that never saw it. They drove by and saw it. They was up here for some reason, and then sent an offer for it. I didn't take it, but they hadn't even come in and looked at it or nothing. Just offered $250 cash.
Well, you should have looked into it, but that don't mean it was, bogus.
I
But,
wanted more money than that. If they
oh,
had offered
Yeah,
understandable.
cash
that's
value,
cheap
normally
selling
I'd
their
take
house.
300,000.
Well, I do that. That's kind of what I do for extra money is I look for houses, fixer uppers, and stuff like that, and then we'll get them on contract to buy it,
Mhm.
and in the meantime, before the contract comes due, I'll flip it. And so we have to do a double closing, but that's a good way to make 40, 50, 60 grand right off, real quick. Hadn't been doing that in a while, but I kind of just lost interest. I got enough to survive. I'm getting kind of feral, like a feral cat up here in the mountains, so I don't need much. And I got a good little Social Security to take care of that, man, because I work my ass off to earn that.
Mhm.
It's my money. That ain't their money. I do all right, and I get a
I
lick
don't
in
know if
there
they'll
and
even
then
have
so
that
far.
right.
But for the people that don't have that steady income, and I'm worried about my income. They read my post and they heard me say, Biden sucks, the liberal left are crazy and whatever. And then all of a sudden, well, we have a problem sending you your Social Security because we're in charge.
Mhm.
That'd push me over the waterfall. I think I got to go hunting then. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I mean, I
If it
know
moves,
enough
shoot
plants
it.
and
Put it
critters
on
eat
fire.
that I don't have to, but Maybe I need to lose weight anyway. But I've never in my life had food stamps or
Me
had any
neither.
kind of government assistance. Not
Me neither.
one nickel. But I paid in a lot. I make good money.
I
You
got
know,
these old boots,
I
boy.
finally went. Yeah,
I'm going to jump
you
down.
know,
I was
uh,
missing you. We'll come out and visit with you in a while.
Oh,
Good
it's
to see you,
great
thank
Jody.
seeing
you,
you,
darling.
Jody.
You,
You
you sure
too,
brighten my
Promise.
whole week. I,
You all have a good
I'm
night.
gonna sneak up there to Tennessee. You had
You
one.
too.
Promises, promises.
Oh,
Doodly-doo.
Bye.
bye, Jody. Love you.
Uh, be still my thumping heart. I like that woman so much. She's just as plain spoken as she can be, and I love that about her.
She's
You
simple,
know, I mean,
boy.
she has a problem
She's
with
a
something.
good
You
one,
hear
boy.
the voice, but she's not. She's never really in a hostile mood. I love that about her. And that girl can fish her ass off.
Yeah, it's hard to piss her
How you
off.
been
It
doing,
sure
Possum?
is. Oh, just do it,
Are you
man.
working, Possum?
Yeah, hell yeah, every day. It's about to be harvest for a lot of crops we got, but I think I'm hoping it's a week
Is it?
out before we get into them 16, 8 hour, 18-hour days. But paycheck looks better.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Paychecks are wonderful. Hi, everybody
Hell
in
yeah.
chat. I just don't want y'all to think that I'm forgetting about you. And there's Agent 351, Mr. 351 Cleveland. Welcome in the house.
Ah, howdy, TJ. I just learned that out of a comment like 2 days ago, man. How you doing, sir? If that's legit, I mean, if you don't want to be called that on live, I won't do that. Well, I call Huckleberry Ben, you know what I mean, and Bobby, or 922 Bobby.
Rick, Bobby.
Yeah, I have to have your permission first, is what I'm saying.
Who?
351.
Need his permission? For what?
Yeah, to call him by his real name in chat anywhere.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, I respect everything, man. You just don't even know. I don't try to step on no toes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a really good, just get along
Well,
person, man. I think, but you know, each their own.
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes people get along, sometimes they don't, but then
Well, I'm
sometimes the
so
people,
sorry for that
the
night
first
with
impression wasn't right and
Mr.
they
Bacon.
realize it. They come back and they tell you, "Hey, I'm sorry," and
Howdy, David.
you can move on from there and
Well,
change your whole
yeah, I'm sorry
relationship. You
that
don't got to be
happened that
mad
night,
at nobody.
but
David Smith, how you doing, Brother Brown?
I did learn he is both of them now, and he don't no longer call
Where
me
you
that
parked at, David? Where's it 115 at? Where the hell are you in Arizona?
Awesome, sir. Awesome. Well, I try to learn everybody's real name. That's your real friends. I got more real friends on YouTube than I have in real life.
Yeah, or at least acquaintances.
Well, yeah, but I would trust them with everything I hold, though.
Yeah, I hear you. You
It takes a
Arkansas.
lot to do that with me. I'm not the work over kind of type, but
Yeah. The 115 in Arkansas. What's up with these states with an A at the beginning of them, man? Why are they so damn hot? Arizona,
I live in
Arkansas.
Missouri. I
If it's
live
115 in Arkansas, I bet it's $1.25 there in Phoenix. That's the hottest state I've ever been in. Is Phoenix? Arkansas.
about an hour away from Pickett, probably, depending on what road you take. I live in the boot hill. How you say that name? ESSO. I'm bad with pronunciations. If you can't tell, I got a ditch bank list.
In Spanish is
Forgive me.
Ito.
Oh, it's Spanish. Oh, well, nice to meet you. I know a little bit of that, not much, but
No, I said
is
in
it
Spanish it's
senor?
Ito. Man. I know.
He
No,
said
I just
no.
said in Spanish
Oh,
it's Ito.
well, no, I ain't.
Wow.
That's why I wasn't a game warden. I can't speak French.
Yeah,
None.
yeah. There's the link. One of you fellas want to jump up here and say, speak your mind. This is, I'm,
I'm.
until they close down my station or whatever, I'm going to speak my mind. We're not going to get vulgar. We're not going to cuss
Well, man,
people,
I hear you.
but
It's
we're going to
like
say
me. I
what's on our
hear
mind
that.
and our
Yeah.
opinion. We're welcome to our
Yes, sir.
opinion,
Or
and
something
I
bothers
want
you.
everybody to
Yeah.
feel comfortable in that, as long as you don't attack anybody. Uh, but you have something to say. That's what this kind of show is. I'm worried about the people in Hawaii. I think that was, there's a lot of shenanigans going on over there. Just the
Oh, what
same
are you
way
saying,
with the
baby?
Ukraine, there's some shenanigans going on there, you know. And there's a lot of things going on with shenanigans that we all need to break
I'm
out our
gonna be around
brooms.
the same
We'll call
way.
them brooms, you know what I mean? Wink, wink, nod, nod, no domain, no domain. 102 actual temperature. Good Lord. You wouldn't get me out of my house with my swamp cooler. Did I tell you I love my swamp cooler? Dude, this thing good, just as good as an AC. It don't get too cold, except in the evening. Like right now, I already cut it off. I got a little fan kicking some air, but
Man, I've
it's
heard
good.
that it's hotter than hell in the desert, and then it gets like down in the 50s at night.
When I first came to New Mexico, I came in July. In fact, it was July 2nd when I hit New Mexico, and I went up to Old Turquoise Mine. My buddy was friends with that had some. There was some campers out there, and he had people come out there to work and stuff, so there were places to sleep. And he gave me coffee and stuff, and said, in the morning, make this fire and make some coffee. Well, I just come from Texas, right? I only had one pair of pants. Everything else was shorts, and because it's July, you know what I'm saying? And when I got there, it was like 96 degrees. Woke up in the morning, there was frost on the ground on that mountain.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm telling you, gospel frost. So I got up shivering like a dog shitting a peach
Nuts.
seed. I ain't kidding you. I got up shivering like a dog shitting a peach seed, and I went out and made a fire. And he had this, he told me, he said, make a big pot of coffee because there's several guys around. So I made this great big old pot of cowboy coffee, and I was sitting there drinking me a cup, and all of a sudden guys started coming out of different places, and nobody asked me who I was. They just come over there and picked up a cup of coffee. They knew who I was. That little town had the best mail system, voice to voice you ever seen in your life. If somebody come looking for you in Madrid, New Mexico, you knew they were looking for you before they found you.
Oh, you caught mine.
You know what I'm saying? Because they went through the grapevine. Well, anyway, they come out there and my brother come out, buddy come out, and got him a cup of coffee, and then the tall, lanky cowboy walked up, and you could tell just the way he carried himself, he was the boss man. And he walked over there and he poured him a cup of coffee, and he goes like that, and Barry Joe, he goes, this is Doug, and he introduced me to him. I said, howdy. He took him a cup of coffee. He said, damn, that's some good coffee. He said, who made the coffee? And I said, I did. He said, well, he's a keeper. And I started my New Mexico. I lived in New Mexico. I've been in New Mexico ever since '92. And I tell
There
you
you
what,
go, buddy.
Madrid was a different experience.
I got about wore off, but I can read it to you. It says our 2A right to keep and bear arms.
Absolutely. I can see
Gotta
you
love
being
those hippos. But go ahead, sir. You have me strung there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's rough, man. We done lost everybody. We got about 3 people in here, but I'm gonna keep on jabbering on somebody jabber. Get some mail time.
I do that sometimes, and I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
I'm already been on here an hour. It don't even seem like it.
It's been yeah, hell yeah, man.
Been an
Golly.
hour. Been an hour and 12 minutes already. It's the
Well, hell,
humidity.
you ever
We don't
seen me
have any
fishing?
humidity here. I'm
I'm
gonna
about
stop
to
and get me
talk
a
to
glass
me.
of water.
Won't be the board, see?
Hold it down, Possum. I gotta go to that.
All righty. I'll probably do that here in a minute. The humidity rough. Yeah, yeah. The worst humidity I guess I've ever been around. I went to Mississippi one time. And this is at Christmas, but it last year, I think. Or year before last. Anyway, I ain't never been down around Tupelo or nothing. There's a few lakes and stuff around there. It's got some big crappie, but we never went to them. But we went out there and roughed it, boy. I mean, I thought I was country, you know. When you got to go over a couple of beaver dams and you got to break ice to crappie fish, 30-mile-an-hour wind, that's a little different. But had a good time. Other than coming back from COVID, I think I got that at the Walmart. I've had that twice, and I ain't never took no shot. I ain't never going to. I think you ought to build your immune system up to fight it without giving it something. But it's been rough around here on the humidity. Look here, Dave. We got 94% humidity, and it's 79 and going down, and ain't got a leg of wind.
Good Lord.
That's
Wow.
terrible. I mean, when the
That's nice
humidity's
and
on there,
cool outside my house.
I got a marine I work with. My buddy, we have a lot of pride in what we do, you know, farming as a farm hand anyway. And
I farmed.
he told me about that over there. It's hotter than hell there today and cold as shit at night. I'm like, you're kidding. But that sounds like a 20-degree, you know, drop difference. And that can mess a lot of people up. You ain't used to it.
Yeah, I woke up that morning in New Mexico. I could not believe how freaking cold it was from the day before.
Oh, I hear you, David. I bet you scared you bad too then. That's cool. I just like to know. Personal thing, you know. Not
They
for a
got
bad
they
thing,
got
but
any pheasant
for a
running
real
around them
thing.
rice fields out there?
Oh yeah, we got rye. Boy, we've had everything this year. We got corn, we got beans, we got rice, and we had some wheat, put some beans behind it. And we got 3 cotton pickers.
I,
Okay. And got 1 combine.
yeah, I was the truck driver. I took it
Oh, I'm
to
there. Yeah, that's what's
out
coming
to
soon. We're
the
gonna
rack,
be
the mill.
come
No,
on, Big Mama.
and used to go get corn. You know, drive the truck for corn. That was a pretty good job.
Yeah, I got my own
That old
big
man
truck.
about worked me to death, but he paid me fair.
No, well, I like that too. You know, I can't beat for who I work. They're very good people. They're the most loving people in the world, and uh, I don't know. If you don't like where you work, you know, I mean, you shouldn't work here because you can't get no
Exactly.
better, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess my favorite job I've had over in my many extensive years of working, I enjoyed shrimping uh, on the Gulf Coast. Probably that was
Oh,
my
that's all you do. I ain't
favorite
doing
job.
no stingers. I'll jump
It's
out of
one
the
of the
boat like
hardest work I ever did, but it was fun. And my
right.
God, I made so much money. You know, going out for 2 weeks and come back with and have 10 grand cash. That was great. Or 5 grand, 6 grand. But back in the 70s and the 80s, it was cheap to live. You know,
Well,
and
yeah,
money
it's
had
like
way
goes
more
over
buying power
$20
back then.
every week for something. You know what I'm saying? These days, and if you don't notice, time flies faster. And you know, and then you wasn't so busy back in the day,
Don't
even if
seem
you
like
did
it.
the
Don't
same
seem like
thing.
You know, I was kind of an entrepreneur. I figured out when I could stick a hook in a fish, somebody would buy it. I started working for myself. I'd never look back. Never worked for anybody else again until I moved to New Mexico. Then I went to work it was an accident that I got into the car business. A friend of mine she was looking for a truck, and she knew they had this one, but they was trying to ask like 19, and the book was like 12, 12.5 on it or something like that.
And then
And
you get still gotta have some gap insurance. Look out.
well, yeah, the guy was trying to take her head off, you know. And I walked in there. I said, "Who's the manager?" And I met the manager, and I said, "You know what? We'll give you 12 grand for that truck, and you got to throw in that. I seen a little green Beretta out there in your junk pile because they were having some collision or uh, cash for clunkers or something like that, and it needed a serpentine belt. Well, we sit down. I started him off at 10 grand, and he goes, "Well, how do you figure you get the 10 grand from 18?" I said, "Because you own it for probably 8." And we ended up
Yeah, you
buying it for
trying to do the
12 grand
price.
out the door. That taxes included, and that Beretta throwed in. And the guy walked up to me, and I'm like, now I said my hair back then, my hair was even longer. I was literally wearing Jesus shoes, a bitch beater shirt, undershirt, and a pair of overalls with just one button clasped. You know what I mean?
Oh, country bumpy
I
look.
ain't kidding you, buddy. I ain't kidding you. I look like an old farmer duck. I ain't shit you. I'm back in there.
He
And
said, "Now,
he
hey,
comes
look
up
here
to me and he
now.
says, "You
I
ever
done
sold
crawled
cars?"
under
I said,
this
"Yeah, I
thing and
sold
I
cars
seen where
before."
it's leaking."
And I had one time on I-90 out of Houston, I helped this old guy sell used cars on the side of the road. And he said, "You need a job?" And I I looked in my bank account. I hadn't worked in about 5 years, because I had gotten a big settlement. And I said, and I looked at my bank account and I only had 12 grand left. I said, "Oh my God, I'm gonna have to get a job." And the guy offered me a job. He said, "Could you cut your hair like that?" I said, "I could cut it shorter." He said, "What about dressing like him?" I said, "Yeah, I got dress clothes, which I didn't, but I had $12,000." And he said, well, come see me Monday. I said, "All right," because this is on a Saturday. Well, I fixed that Beretta before I took it home. You know what I mean? Put a serpentine
Right.
belt on it, ran fine. And Monday come around, I pulled up there and I walked up to him and said, "Okay, fella, what do you want me to do?" And he looked at me and he didn't recognize me because I had short hair, didn't have a beard, netting up I was shaving. He goes, "I recognize that voice." He said, "But I can't pin it." I said, "You remember that old Beretta out there?" And I had it parked out front. He said, "Are you kidding me?" He said, "Boy, you detail up good." I said, "Thank you." And so that's how I got in the car business. And the first day they wouldn't let me sell cars, but the second day they turned me loose. And I've been listening to these guys, and I seen this guy walking across from Rich Ford onto our property. I walked up there and I said, "How you doing, Bubs? what? How can I help you today? He said, well, I need some cars. And this is how I answered. And I said, is that a car with a on the end? He goes, yeah. He started laughing. And I said, are you kidding me? And I said, I'll help you. I said, what do you want? He said, he wanted a Land Cruiser, and he wanted a tricked out Sienna and a tricked out Camry. He wanted a Camry for his daughter, the Sienna for mama, and the Land Cruiser for herself. He was one of the guys that out there at Los Alamos had won a great big lottery, you know. And so I said I found the Sienna and the Camry, and I went up to the boss. I said, I can't find the keys to the Land Cruiser. And he said, well, the big boss has the Land Cruiser he's driving. He said, go ask him for him. So I went in there and I knocked on the door, and I had never even met this fella. I knocked on the door, and his name was Mr. Bill or something like Bill something. I don't remember his last name. Mr. Bill, I said, my name's Doug. I work for you. I said, could I get the keys to that Land Cruiser? He said, he threw me the keys. He said, if you don't bring me back them keys, you don't sell that car, you're fired. I said, oh, goddamn. All that, you know. Went and told that guy, I said, fella, you're going to have to buy this car, this Land Cruiser, because I'm going to be fired.
You don't follow me, boy.
You know. He said, and it was dressed just the way he wanted, so he bought all three and paid cash for them, wrote a check for them. Then he paid me $500 a piece to drive the Sienna to Los Alamos and the Camry to Los Alamos, which I got a friend. It takes about 2 hours to get to Los Alamos from Albuquerque. And then we followed, we drove one down there, and then we brought the other one, had another guy follow us in a car and pick them up. And so my first day in the car business, I made, that they let me sell cars. I made about $1,400.
Well, dang.
My first month in the car business, they cut me a check after taxes for over $9,000. So that was pretty sweet. And I was, pretty much addicted in. And
I crawl underneath mine, but
I made a lot of money selling cars, and good Lord bless me, And I'm like you though. I'm a penny pincher. I drive cars till they fall apart, and I fix them.
If the wheel fall off.
Hell yeah. But getting into the car business gave me, I had different options. I didn't have to do that anymore.
Or a Toyota.
I started upgrading my shit, a little here, a little there, and I ended up with an 05 Toyota Tundra that I drove the wheels off that bitch.
Oh, well, you don't want to change the internal fucking water pump. If you do, you better change the depending on if it's a 3.0 or a 2.4, but might as well change that belt up in there too. That's what happened to my 4Runner, a 90 mile.
I had a 3.4 in that little Tacoma. I traded that Tacoma for a Tundra with a 4.7 in it, which both of them best two engines they ever made in a 4 or 6 cylinder and a V8. And the SR22 is the best 4-cylinder.
Man, it'll run forever. It's like a 300.
Yeah.
That's because they got two main bearings. But at least in the Ford. But yeah, Toyota runs forever. I'll give them that.
I'm a Ford guy. I always have been a Ford guy.
They don't believe
I drive a Lincoln now. But I like F-150s, F-250s. I like a 7.3 diesel, best engine ever made.
Man, a 7.3 or a 6.0 if you can get it bulletproof. Yes, sir. Really that's a bad son gun.
6.2 is a little better engine, but the 6.0 I think was junk. They had a lot of injectors problems.
Well, you gotta have somebody build them for you, but
you got to rebuild them once they've been rebuilt. They're all right, different injectors put in.
You have them old bully dog high flow kits and all that bull stuff too. Well, I wouldn't have
7.3s are just about as powerful as they come right out of the freaking box.
Yeah, oh yeah, they
I love
bad.
those things.
That's the big block of diesel motors right there.
Yeah. Well, you know, so our house was paid off. I would be driving this Lincoln right now. I drive a little Lincoln MKC with a little 4-cylinder with a turbo on it. I love that car. It's a good driving little car, and it's it gets about 26 miles to the gallon. But it's fast.
Well, that's like me too. Hell, mine's got
It's,
150,000 miles on it at least before I ever
yep,
get some.
mine's only got 65. I leased it, and we bought out our lease. My old
I
lady
get the
didn't want to trade her
new
car in. What are you going to do? I barely pried that old Explorer that I traded in on that car. I could about did be able to get that out of her hands, but when I drove her in that Lincoln, she was ready, buddy. I'm telling you. She said, "For me?" And I go, "Yeah, for you."
maintenance is the
And
best thing.
she drove that car down to her. I mean, we drove it home, and about 2 hours later, she left for California in it to go get her daughter married off. And
Hey,
her ex
that's something
was
you
there,
gotta love when you
and
can go
after
a
the
long
wedding and
way
stuff,
and
they were
come
putting
back and ain't got no worry about it.
yeah, they were putting all the stuff in the Lincoln after the ceremony and stuff. And her ex walked out and asked somebody, said, "Whose Lincoln is that?" Barb said that was her proudest moment when she said, "That's my Lincoln." Because she said I only said about 3 words. That son of a bitch.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
I
he,
know.
he was a piece of work.
I tip my hats for that, sir.
Me and Barb were together over 20 years, so I got the best part. He had to pay for the kids, not me. But
But you
they
loved it, and
started
I
off
know
with
that.
my daughter there after Barb died, and I'll tell you, Ruby lined them out. She goes, she's been my mama since I was 2 years old. So don't tell me I wasn't her kid. And
Right.
you
It's
know,
all about who raised you.
and she called her Mama Barb, Mama Barb. You know what I mean? And so it's all good, man. We done lost everybody, Possum. Everybody's gone.
Well, damn, boy, must got too deep. They didn't have their boots on.
Yeah, they had the boots on. So,
Dang, or they don't like the way I talk. One, two.
they don't bother me.
I
Don't
don't
bother me.
mean either. I don't care to lose people.
Nah.
I ain't here for the people. I'm here for me and my friends.
There you go. There you go.
And this is, the best document I guess you can get other than a pen and paper because they can burn up or get blown away.
Yeah. Hey, so, what do y'all got that's just about ripe enough to pick?
Up corn.
Yeah, our corn should be getting ready about now. It's almost dove season. I think
Yeah,
September 1st is
September
dove.
1st. Look out.
I love hunting dove, dude. I do.
Well, y'all got the shit ton of them, boy.
But
I mean,
sometimes I'm up north a little bit by Santa Fe.
oh, I've seen some videos, boy.
There's
That you
farms
could,
out
it's like
north where
scared
you are to
around
be.
here.
Some years
You run
it's
out of jail.
unbelievable, and then some years it just is you'd be
They a
scratching your head.
migrating bird. It's crazy. You got your locals that stay, but it's
Oh
kind of like
yeah,
a duck.
and
But
the collared doves they don't even go on the quota. You can kill
collar,
them
is
year
that what
round.
you call a ring neck?
Yeah, them collared doves.
Yeah, yeah.
They're an
Well, it's got a
invasive
black ring
species.
around their neck. Yeah, it's a ring neck. Well,
Yeah.
they call a pigeon up here a rock dove. Can you believe that? What's up, Oiler? How you doing, John?
John, that
I ain't
big
seen you in a
dog.
minute,
What are you
boy.
doing, John? Catching any fish?
He's another that drives his life away. By God, I take my hat off so much, man. Truck drivers, farm hands, and towboat drivers, man. And train drivers, they make the world go around.
I had a tankerman ticket. I rode on a tugboat for a lot of years. I could make so
Well,
much stuff, buddy.
I was
We,
fishing one night, bull, and heard the captain step out of his little area. You know what I mean? Because there's two things I love about farming. I love planting, and I love picking cotton and picking. It might be a little different, you know. I'd love, harvest my corn or rice, whatever, too. If I run a combine too, but
are you driving over the road, John? Or are you
yeah,
local?
yeah. Oh, whoa.
I had two brothers who were over the road truck drivers. Dennis went to Iraq a lot, drove over in Iraq, and used to party up there in the Philippines and Thailand on R&R.
Right,
Yeah, so
man.
and he got all kinds of little medals that the serviceman would give him. His nickname was Lunchbox.
That's cool as hell.
He had
I
him
got
he
a
had him a little
P38 on my keychain, man.
he had him a little igloo ice chest and a big one,
Right there.
bigger size. The lid top
That's
comes
the
off. It's like
best piece of American steel ever made.
yeah. First time I heard somebody call him Lunchbox, I said, "Did they just call you Lunchbox?" He goes, "Yeah, that's my nickname." That's what everybody knew about it, in Iraq and stuff. He had four trucks blowed out from underneath him, and one of them Army, the big one, the what is it, Humvee, had a Humvee shot out from underneath him. So, and got into one firefight, and they threw him a gun, said, "You shoot too." And he said, "Oh hell yeah!" They were shooting at you anyway. So, then it said he was just sticking both hands above.
Well, hell, it better throw me something. I can't throw an iPad.
I said, "Were you scared?" And he goes, "Hell yeah." He said, "They were shooting real bullets."
Well, yeah, they come out now. Yeah. All that ain't for show. That's real shit.
At all them times, he got his truck blowed out from underneath him. He only got hurt a little bit on one of them. Praise God. But
I know he's very thankful, boy.
oh yeah,
But that would mean that if they asked me, by God, out here, hell, let me get all my shit in my gun. Here we go.
every time he'd get one of his trucks shot up, they'd give him like 2 weeks R&R and all expenses to get there and pay. So he got a few times he got to go on vacation after he got a truck blowed out from underneath him, so he was okay about it.
Well, I'm saying half the people here on this earth won't do that for nothing. But all you got to do is say a word. That's real shit. That's real people live here.
Yeah, yeah. Dennis drove a truck to the very end. He
Because I learned something.
yeah, he bought him a little RV trailer that he stayed in, and then sometimes he'd stay in the camp. The truck driving company had a camp where guys could come get sleep and sort of like not have a rent free home. But he had a real fancy little RV he had, so it was cool.
Well, my buddy I work with, he's probably, hey babe, how old am I? 30 what? Oh, see, I don't give myself 34. Yeah, okay. I was 26 2 years in a row.
Damn, you're just a young
33.
whippersnapper.
Yeah, they say I'm still wet behind the ears, but I just learned something the other day from Devil Dog. I understand why his channel name's Devil Dog, and he says hoorah. I say hoorah, but
Yeah, you was Army.
no, I can be Marine.
You was a Marine.
I ain't shit but American.
You haven't been in the
I did
service.
not participate, no sir. But if they ever call, yeah, I'll be first. I'll be Let's go.
I was Army. I went to Army. The stupidest thing I ever done in my life. Been on the water my whole life, and I went in the freaking Army, in the infantry, no less. Most stupidest thing I ever did in my whole entire born put together. I should
But
have
I
went
do
to the Navy
support
or the
the
Coast Guard.
P-38 from my uncle that's still living. That married my grandma's sister. Uh, that's the only one I got left in my like real family. It's Jules and Danny, but Danny went to Nam, and I got his can opener, man. But what I was
Yeah, I've
saying,
lost
I
all
learned
three of my
something about
brothers
the
to
devil
the
dog
Army.
shit because
My,
my
my
buddy
my
got a
dad couldn't
tattoo
serve
of it.
because he had flat feet,
And I
and
said, "Is that a Marine thing?" And he said, "Yeah."
well, we have a lot of Marines and Army personnel in quite a few Navy people in our the cousins and uncles and stuff. But I'm the last of my immediate family.
Right. Well, hell, me too. Except for my mom, it ain't worth shit. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand, here and be the happy part of it.
There you go. There you
Well,
go.
it's terrible, boy. She makes her old man truck drive, and she sits on her ass. Well, that was 5 years ago when I knew about it. But well, what kind of person does that?
Somebody that was
She
used
ain't
to
no
get treated
queen. I
well most
mean,
of their life.
when did who rolled out the red carpet for you?
Right.
Because
I
I
hear
know
you.
you've
I
heard a
hear
few
you.
stories
I hear
from
you.
me, but
It's
yeah,
thank,
hell no.
for all the people that were in the service. Thank you for your service. But
Absolutely. Hats off and God bless, boy.
our
Oh,
best
look at here. I ain't even on my camera. I took my hat off.
yeah, I took mine off because I don't buffer at all when
I
I
know it.
I got this
I ain't fine.
hillbilly internet, so
Oh,
it's
shit. Let me
hoorah,
tell you, I got a phone. That's it.
hoorah for Marines, hoorah for
Hoorah, I ain't lying.
that's Army.
Well, hats off to all of
That,
you.
that was that was the most miserable 9 months of my life ever. But I was accepted it, and I was part of it, and then I got squished and I got hurt and stuff. And that colonel asked me, he goes, Private Themis, he goes, you're gonna carry that with you. He goes, do you want to stay in the army? And I go, no, sir. He helped me get
Get
myself. I
the
got an
hell out of
army
this
discharge.
scenario.
I I I I served my country to the best of my ability till they hurt me. They squashed me, and then I had them. One of them one sergeant kind of beat me up a little bit, even though I had a broke ankle. You know what I mean? I told him, I said, drill. I said I will. I wouldn't let you down. If this was war, and I said, well, it ain't war. My freaking foot is
Yes,
about
sir,
to bust
John.
out of my freaking boot, and next thing you know, I had two more drills standing over me. And if it hadn't been for this one captain, we was at record fire. If it hadn't been for this one captain, he had, literally made them drill sergeants carry me 3 miles to the base because I was really hurt. He goes, well, he's a wounded soldier. Pick that soldier up. They picked him. Boy, they were grumbling underneath their breath the whole way. I
Um,
was still skinny pucker
if
back
you
then.
ever seen Fury, sorry, it's kind of like Titanic. I'll go down with my ship. I've
Ain't
been
that
in it
true?
that
Tell me
long.
that. Welcome home. Absolutely.
That's
Love my
what
vet and troops.
roots, do, man. You don't move them.
John, have you been fishing? I don't know, man. This goes by fast. I wonder what rules they
Still
got.
gotta love. Yeah, I mean, you gotta love the love. Still here. Always be here, no matter what. that's built in some people. Yes, sir. It's been hot. Hell. Snowball melt. Before you can get out of your hand. There's something else you gotta look at too, y'all. The world is changing. Look, California had an earthquake same time they had a hurricane. Ain't happening how long? It's been the hottest year of the year too, or out of all the for a lot of places. And I can guarantee you next year won't probably be no better. Adaptation is the best thing you can learn, even if you don't like it.
Hi, Kim.
Oh,
Welcome back.
howdy, Miss Kim.
I
How
was
you
sitting there
doing, man?
jabbering.
I know you don't like to hear me say that, but forgive me. It's just built in me.
John, you been catching any fish? You been fishing any possum?
Yeah, I think last week.
You fishing mostly at night or what?
Yes, sir. Hey, yep. I work during the day and fish at night.
Too hot to fish in the daytime, huh?
I've skunked twice in the last week, but I ain't been but twice. But my friends right, down from me, they caught 3 that night. 10-pounder,
There ain't much better eating
13,
than
and
about a 10
17.
pound yellow cat.
Do what?
There ain't much better eating than a 10-pound yellow cat.
Oh no, they were blues. Jimmy did catch a little, I don't know, 4 or 5 pound flathead. We didn't weigh it.
That's a good eater too.
Well, yeah, we'll.
I love me some catfish, bro.
Man, there's something different about a flathead. Yes, kind of like eating crappie or walleye. I ain't never had
Yep.
walleye, but yeah, I agree with that. It tastes totally different than cow cat and blue cat.
And it comes
And
to
I
a
baked
blue
my
cat or
items for the
a yellow
year.
cat. I mean, a blue cat and a channel cat. I don't want them over 4 pounds. 4
Yeah,
to
the
2
little
pounds.
ones are the best. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the ones I eat. You know, battered
You
guinea.
gotta have your baby makers.
Yeah, I hope your surgery went well there, John. Yeah, man.
Kim, I'm giving a thumbs up and my camera ain't on. That's what I'm talking about, Kim.
I was
Batter me
losing the
and
grease.
some more. Oh, I sold Amanda on some crappie fillets for.
I
She
love.
ain't never had them,
Oh
and
my
yeah,
God!
that's something I have
I'm
to
surprised she ain't
try
been
to
eating
keep in the
it. I got
freezer.
to get her some more. Love me some crappie.
Man, it's such a delicacy.
Yeah.
I like it better than bluegill. Bluegill don't matter to me a bit. It's kind of like eating a bass, I guess. I've tried it too.
I'm a real fan of walleye, but I love crappie. I do, and I like them
Man,
yellow perch. We got some big yellow perch they introduced us as the northern strain, like they got up in the
yeah,
northern
you got
lake.
the
The
stripes
yellow
on
perch.
them, it's white and
Those ones are
black.
pretty
Yeah,
damn tasty.
I ain't never had that either. Not one in
I
person.
went out. We went about 2 months ago, and we caught about 12 of them, and we played them up,
You
fried them.
got teeth.
Done you up, man. I was wishing I'd caught 24 of them after I ate them 12. They were man, they were tasty.
Huh. I don't know where I can find some in, man. I would not nowhere around here, but I don't know.
They just introduced them in my main lake, I fish a lake called Abiquiu Lake. They introduced them, I think, about 8 years ago. So we got a pretty good fishable. There's a few in there now, but we got one lake up north
Daggone,
called
John.
Eagles Nest Lake that's got a good population. I mean, they fish them through the ice a lot in the winter. I don't ice fish myself. I don't play that shit.
I like to ice fish, but boy, I'd like to have a little tent, little heater in there.
Oh man, John, I hope everything works out for you, buddy.
Yeah, I pray for you, John. For everything to heal fast and at least feel better.
Well, I cook mine real similar to how River Certified does. I put them in a Ziploc bag and I soak them in some hot sauce. You know, a little bit of hot.
Man, that's the way I do my crappie. I put them in some Louisiana rice here, dude.
I use Cholula. A lot of people like that Frank's. I like Cholula. Uh,
Is that the one with
little woman.
the cork on top?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like a cork. It's just a wooden.
Yeah, it's round.
Yeah, it's round. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that is good on fish. And then I use, about a cup of cornmeal to 2 cups of flour to make my base powder. And then I salt it up, put a little bay seasoning in there. And then
Oh, you got to love a little Old Bay, boy, or something
man,
kind
I'm
of
telling
little blackman seasoning or something.
you. And I use canola grease, canola oil to fry my fish in. It turns out so good.
Man, you fry me now.
And then you can take that leftover flour and cornmeal, throw a little bit of baking powder in it, and an egg, chop up some green onion, throw it in there, and some corn, and make you some hush puppies out of it.
Well, that's good to hear, Kim. I don't know what a cardiologist is, but awesome.
Yeah, my next cardiologist is in 2 months, 3 months. You know, but my heart started fibrillating, but it's controlled. So Agent 3030 is in the house.
Oh man, what's going on there? We having some help conversations.
Yeah.
Well, I've had to take my butt to bed, man. Or talk over done. I just couldn't quit. We was on good stuff,
Well, you know, if it's time to go to bed, I got them here. I got some buddies coming up here in about 20 minutes, and I'm just gonna jabber to whoever's here and make them think I'm crazy because I'm talking to nobody. I don't care.
Oh no! Tell me,
but there's always somebody out there, you know. And I'm just here for a little while. You know how I haven't did an invasion in a while, so I figure I'd throw my money in the pot and come on out. So you.
Hey, that's cool because I got the notice and Miss Amanda didn't. That's kind of odd.
Huh?
I've been hearing some stuff about I'll be listening.
John, you have a great night, brother, and I hope your surgery works out well for you, and don't work too hard, brother. Get out there and wet a hook.
Good night, John. Bless your heart, sir. And always stay safe.
Thanks, River Rat. Appreciate you, brother. You know, people come in, people go. That I'll go up sometime to 35, 40 people, and then it'll die out to about 20, and then about 5, then about 3, then it'll go to 9. I mean, it's weird.
Hey, that's why me too.
Cool take the time to even come hang out for a little bit. And I appreciate everybody. But you know my motto, Mr. Ducker does love everybody. But I'm really concerned. I'm really concerned about our country and the direction it's going with these communists in charge. You know, and I think everybody should speak up with a loud voice when they
And
see
hold your
something.
peace.
Report it. Don't wait for somebody else to report it. You report it or you challenge it, and that's
Yes,
the only
sir.
way
I
we can
agree
be able
with
to
that.
turn this around. People in it for the money, career, why they need to. There needs to be uh, term limits. There needs to be voter ID, and they can't see it. The reason they fight that voter ID is so they can cheat. Period. It was all done on paper ballots, one on election day, not election month. Um, it would be more
'Cause you
secure.
don't know who's back there writing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I hear you. It ought to be done in front of somebody. And
Exactly.
now, since we got cameras and phones, it ought to be video.
Yeah. Not closing
Then
down and
they'll narrow
running
down, you
everybody
know.
off and then continue counting from 2 o'clock in the morning till daylight. So I mean, it's been proven. The guy's got a point. I am not the greatest Trump fan. He's our only
Hey,
hope.
Trump
Right?
train all day, baby. I don't care who hates me. But you ain't seen no tractors with that flag on the side of it ever in the past days, have you?
Yeah,
Oh, by God.
I'm a fan of Trump. I'm not I don't think he's God's gift. I
Well,
think he is God's gift to American people. But I also
he's just
don't think
trying to help
he's
a little better than the others,
more,
I thought.
I don't think he's a God. It's not a cult thing. It's an
Well,
American
no,
thing.
there's only
He's
one
out
of
there
them.
calling horseradishes. Not saying that weird tasting tuber. I mean, so I don't know, man. If we all just keep praying for KP, I appreciate it. Kenneth Powell, y'all put him on your
Amen
heart,
to that.
include him in your prayers. Uh, it's a fine fellow right there, and pray for his kids too. Um,
It's
I
all,
just
yeah, that's
so
included.
many strange things going around with our food supplies are under attack. Them dumping chemicals into rivers via train tracks right in the middle of towns. You know, you notice you ain't heard nothing about that lately, or what's coming of that. They just did a water test in that town, and it's poison. It's not fit to be drank. It can't be filtered out. It's chemical. That's it. If we were stop counting at man, don't keep counting till 4 a.m. Yeah. And mysterious vans pulling up, unloading boxes of ballots, in the dead of night. Trump called that shit. He said, "Oh, they'll close everything down and they'll get their count up around 4 o'clock." Sure enough, man. Sure enough. And
That's because they be watching, be learning.
well, Possum, thanks for coming out tonight, brother. Thank you.
Awesome, man. I love to hear you, love to see you, and
I know you got to go to bed and get rested because you got to go do it again tomorrow. And
yes, sir.
I appreciate you taking the time out.
Oh, that ain't no biggie, man. I wasn't fishing.
Yeah. LW, here's the link you want to hop up.
But God bless you, and
I just thank you, man. God bless you too. Give Miss Amanda a big old hug and a smooch for me. Tell her I said hello.
I sure will. Absolutely.
little
I
brother.
ain't do dogs for you.
All right, little brother. You take care of yourself.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, Pop. But everybody give a golf clap for Mr. Possum. He just left the house. Yeah, I'll sit here and jabber. If y'all want to come up, I just dropped the link and wish somebody come up here and shoot the breeze with me, and we'll figure out things to talk about. I'm a fisherman. I'm American. Um, I'm an older guy, so I'm smart enough to recognize what's going on around me. in our country. And you know, everything that they say is a conspiracy is all now coming out true. That's fact, you know. And a lot of people aren't aware that they're fact. They're still asleep because they're still watching CNN and MSNBC and Fox News and all that stuff. So I mean, you want your true information, you got to start hitting the conservative and non-conservative. You don't have to be straight conservative news channels. There's some out there on private news channels that tell the real news. Like we don't know the real thing that's going on in Ukraine. We don't. They're talking about this great offensive that they are getting their ass handed to them over there. Biden's begging for more money. They've cut off that. Congress has cut off the money to Ukraine, so he's digging it out of other places. Like I say, call your congressman and tell them not to vote against that bill. They got a bill that's designed to help people in Hawaii, but they've tied together money for Ukraine with it, and they don't want to separate them. And we need a congressman to come up, stand up, and write a new bill excluding the money for Ukraine. They need to talk peace in that area instead of throwing gas on the fire. But the warmongers and the war machine wants to escalate it. That we've driven Russia right into the arms of the Chinese government, who is our biggest adversaries, and we are at war with them as we speak. You don't know there's a continuity of government right now, that Donald Trump is the commander in chief, then you're fooling yourself and you're not informed. He set it up before he left. We were attacked by a foreign government. So just so y'all know, you can speak your mind here, as long as you're not being vicious or being bringing out material on people that that can be damaging. Just keep it clean, and we'll answer any question, talk about anything you want to talk about. Yeah, got any takers? Are you coming up, LW? Or you're just going to sit out there and be handsome? Yeah, I decided to go in there tonight because I was just hanging out by myself, and I'm about ready to rant on the lousy things that's going on in this world down at our border, across the country. People are just being shipped around. Kids are being made to disappear. I mean, there's so much evil in this world, but there's a lot of good, and the good outnumbers the evil. And we have Jesus behind it. Nobody needs to be scared. We just need to confront it. And I don't know how, like I asked everybody earlier, I don't know how big your grocery bill has got lately, or what are you paying for a gallon of gas, or for any kind of services. Everything just went astronomically high. Like I say, with a 7% interest rate, come on. All right, LW, I'll be here, brother. Let me know, and I'll throw the link if it's already washed out. But where's Ben and TF? But yeah, that's what I'm about. I think we're all here for a purpose. I think that if we don't affront stuff that is being blatantly done, they used to sneak around and do it. Now they don't care if you know. That's why they're trying to bring all this trans shit in. And if you want to be a transvestite, be a transvestite. I don't care. but you're not going to make it my moniker. You're not going to make it most of the people that would come listen to me. I mean, I mean, I don't need to be a part of your issue. You know, I think they got mental problems to begin with. Being a man and wanting to be a woman, or a woman wanting to be a man, they got mental issues. But they're making us live that out with them, and I don't need to live that out with them. You know, you know. I mean, the way I was taught, it goes against everything I believe in. And I'll meet you at the fence, but I'm not going to come across the fence. I'll meet you halfway. I think they got rights. I think they're people. I mean, you can do anything you want to do if you're an adult. But if you're an adult trying that with a kid, you need to be hung up by your thumbs or your ankles and beat with a cane. Okay. I don't know, man. I'm it's a valid, being civil to somebody is good enough, but they don't want to be civil. They want to scream that they're right and make us conform to what they want us to be. You know, they don't. They don't. They think my God is imaginary. Well, you know what? What if it is? It's what I believe in. What right have you got to tell me any different? And I feel sorry for them. I pray for them. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to pray for them. Oh yeah, yeah. It's gas is crazy. And we were before he came into office. We were oil independent, paying under $2 a gallon of gas. And it's crazy the interest rates that have gone up, food prices have gone up, and they're going to keep going up because they keep destroying food factories. They got four companies that are monopolizing our food, and they're Chinese owned. Did you know that? A couple of them are Chinese owned. So it's all started back, when Ma Bell got too big for her britches, they split that thing up. Because it was a monopoly, and now they got the same people doing that with our rations, the stuff that we want to cook for supper, the things they put in stock in our shelves on our stores. They want to devaluate our money, so they want to go digital. The moment they go digital, the devil is reigning. That's the mark of the beast, digital money. If you don't know that, because then they can control what you spend your money on. So I don't know about all that digital money currency stuff. We've had they had a pretty good run after World War II. And it all kicked back, and that was when they did the gold standard, and then they. Oh, okay. You there? Hold on, folks. The amazing LW.
Can you hear me okay?
What's up, Bubs?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you loud and proud.
All right. All right. All right.
All right.
How you doing, sir?
Dude, you know, you've been sitting there listening to me. I got all worked up, turned on the invasion, so you know I'm pissed off about a few things.
Had to get it out, huh?
I had to, man. I said, you know, I've been the saving grace that I've had lately is I get to watch a lot of Little League baseball. It's been a blessing. I love watching Little League baseball. Always have. And but I keep up with current things going on. The Biden, the crooked Bidens, the way the bills that are passing, patriots in the gulag and over there in D.C. That's not even a part of the United States. Did you know that? Did you know D.C. is not even America?
It's not America. It's a district.
No, it's a sovereign. It's a sovereign spot. It's a sovereign nation, sort of like the Vatican. You know, it doesn't.
You know what?
It's not. It's not American soil.
You know,
But
DC
yet
has,
all our stuff is there. You know,
DC has like per capita like the most crime in almost every category, but also
absolutely
the most people who make over like $250,000. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
At the same time.
And then there's neighborhoods around there. People are hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, all the rich people, they wouldn't spit on a guy who needed money for a sandwich if his pants were on fire. Dude, that was the strangest thing I had ever seen when we went to Washington, D.C. We were traveling down this road, and it's normal, you know, there's black and white people out there. And then we went into the black side, and you didn't see a white person. It's like people actually were staring at us as we drove by. Like, is that a white person in Blackville? And I've never met a black man that I couldn't get along with. You know, if he'd sit down and have a talk. And I found a few in Washington to talk to. I said, I got to get out of this place. He said, brother, he goes, I live here. I've been trying to get out of here for 20 years. And I said, yeah. You know, and we were in a little Toyota truck with a camper on it, a little 6-pack camper. And I was wanting to see my state capitol, so I drive through, and this cop, I don't guess he really looked. He would just wade me on through. And we were pulling up. I just about seen a place I was going to try to park. Here comes 6 cops with weapons. And I'm talking rifles, you know. And they go, what are you doing here? And I said, I'm just trying to see the Capitol. I'm from New Mexico. Throwed my hands up. You can't bring that in here. I said, that guy right there waved me through. He come raiding. He goes, he came by me, but I didn't snap till he was gone by me. You know, and he never hollered at me because I looked at him in the mirror. So he never hollered at me or nothing, but he waved me through. And that's the only thing that saved me. I said, you point me out of here and I will get the hell out of this place so fast that, you know. And so he showed me how to get out of there. Buddy, I took off. We were gone. Boy, I was headed toward Montana. Get me out of this place.
Man, that's a long ass drive, DC to Montana.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to Flathead Lake. We were making a little circle through, you know. We went all over the United States in that truck. That was so cool. And, but I tell you what, dude, do you have a gun in there? Well, I had one underneath the mattress in the camper, but I didn't say I had a gun. I go, no, I ain't got no gun. I just come to see my capital. I'm from New Mexico. And that cop saved me. He goes, it was my fault. I said, can I leave? I'm just an ordinary pope, man. And he pointed, he said, you can hit that road right over there. You go out there and get out of here with that damn thing. And I go, I'm gone. Bye-bye. Off I went, man. But then we drove out up on the highway, and then it shut down. Oh, my God. For 2 hours, we were in traffic jams, stop and go traffic for about 2 hours, hour and a half. It was craziness, bro. Pure craziness.
Yeah, I remember being young when I was first starting out on my own, trying to work my way up. I lived in a terrible neighborhood, dude. I lived there for 1 year. The street that I lived on, we had 4 drive-by shootings, and my car was stolen twice.
Is it Washington?
No, here in Houston.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I lived in Houston a couple times, and we went to work, and I went to work at Bennigan's at the Galleria. I was
Oh
a
yeah,
cook,
the Galleria. Yeah.
and I just got my first paycheck, dude, and I was going to the house to get cleaned up, go cash my check, to go do something because I'd been just living on sandwiches and what I ate at the restaurant. You know what I mean? We were broke, and but I had a good paycheck, and I had just cashed that son of a bitch, and I was walking up at the door. Some guy walked up behind me, stuck a gun in my back, and I said, "It is in my right pocket."
Yeah.
And I opened that wallet up and I pulled that money out. And I said, "I just cashed my check. You hit the jackpot." I said, "Can I keep the wallet?" He kind of fingered it a little bit. "Yeah, keep the wallet." He said, "But don't look over your shoulder." I said,
Right.
"Brother, I could give a shit who you are. You just get on out of here, and I'll go back. I'll go right here into my apartment." And off he went. And I seen him when he hit the board. Because if I got into the house, then I'd had a gun.
Right.
You know. But shit, that cat was gone, bro. He went over a 12-foot fence like it was nothing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I learned
He'd
that.
done that thing before.
Yeah, I learned that on like that neighborhood I was telling you about.
Yeah, I
25
love Flathead Lake. That was a great lake.
25 years ago. I learned pretty quick. Get your ass home before dark. Go inside and don't come back out.
Yeah, I used to hang out over there on Westheimer. Then I went to work for Pool Hall over there, Slick Willie's Pool Hall.
Slick Willie's. I blew a lot of paychecks at Slick Willie's on Westheimer.
Westheimer, yeah, Westheimer and Fondren meet. I think it's Fondren. But it's on
I used to-
Westheimer. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I used to hang out at the one at Highway 6 and it wasn't Highway 6 at Westheimer, but it was, you turn off of Highway 6 and go east. It was probably 3 or 4 lights down.
I am dude, I've seen some, I've literally seen the best pool players in the world come through that place. They
Yeah.
shot for some stupid money in that place. They played pool for stupid money there. It was always some gambling guys going on in there.
Oh yeah.
Barefoot Waddy, Mexican Eddie, the Mizrak boys are ones that they made pool sticks. But both them boys could shoot pool. And
yeah.
a guy named Bobby, he was like, I swear to God, he looked like something out of an Italian mafia movie. But that son of a bitch could shoot pool, bro. And
Well, I remember seeing those dudes come in.
He considered himself a pool player, but
Yeah.
he was fair for the regular Joe. He could hold his own, but he couldn't touch these guys. Bobby could run a couple hundred balls. You know what I'm saying? He could run 5 or 6 racks. He was that good. Them kind of people.
Oh
And,
yeah, I remember going into Slick Willie, seeing those people come in.
And so I turned Bobby on to him. I said, "Dude, you see that guy right there?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "He's got about $50,000 wad in his pocket, and he thinks he can shoot pool." And he went over there and he beat him 3 straight games. I said, "Dude, you got to give this guy the 8 ball or something. You're going to run him off."
Right.
And so he started giving him the 8 ball, or then the 7, and
Yeah.
they'd fleece him 2 times and they'd let him win a little. And he'd get all cocky and shit and want to up a bet, and then they'd just take everything but his boxer shorts.
Oh yeah.
Randall, how you doing, my hero? Yeah, I like Flathead Lake, Kim. That thing is loaded with lake trout. It's loaded. Yeah, that was some amazing times. I am the guy. I don't know if you heard about it. I got Craig Biggio and Kim Caminetti arrested for drunk driving.
You got them arrested?
Yeah, after they come in after they used to come in there all the time after hours and play pool and stuff, and they were pretty shit faced when they got there with me. Of course, I'd give them that little tin cup of booze and stuff. And Caminetti had just bought him a brand. He'd got signed. He just went and bought him this badass BMW.
Yeah.
And so they were drinking, and he got a call. I gave him the phone back in. I don't even think cell phones were around then. I handed him the phone, and he said, "Oh yeah, we'll be right there." And they went to the Ocean Club, and both these guys were just hammered. They were so drunk they wouldn't even let them in the Ocean Club. So they were coming back over to my place to party, and got stopped by a cop. And he told, "Yeah, I'm a Kim Caminetti. I'm a Houston Astro." And the cop, he said his name. He goes, "And I'm a Houston police officer. You're under arrest for DWI."
Right.
And I told them guys before they left, I said, "Give me your keys, man. I'll call you a taxi." I said, "You don't need to drive." I got pissed off at him. I said, "Well, don't come in here asking for an after-hour drink again. I don't give a fuck who you are." And I'm an Astro, as you can see. I was an Astro fan then, and I'm an Astro fan now. I don't give a shit if you are a Houston Astro and one of my heroes. I said, "You're not going to get a drop." And a couple of days later, both of them come in, and they've kind of holding their head down a little bit and go, "Mr. Doug." They all called me Mr. Doug back in too. "Mr. Doug," he goes, "We're sorry. We should have listened to you." I said, "You damn sure should have." From then on, I told you, I said, I wouldn't let nothing happen to that car. I said, "You got to use your brains. You guys are celebrities." And man, they had to do so much community service for that shit.
Yeah.
They blew it up big on the news,
Yeah, I remember going to a party back in the day, and because a lot of them lived in the Sugarland area, and
I put a roof on the Sugarland
yeah,
sugar mill.
I remember you telling me about that. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I went to a party one time. They were on the same street as I think it was Bizio and Bagwell lived on, or maybe Bagwell. I can't remember. But they came over to the party and grabbed a few beers and then left.
That's cool. Yeah. I don't know what happened to our bubs.
Who's that?
Ben and TF.
Well, I'm sure TF is probably working.
Yeah, that sucker. That's all that poor sucker does is work.
Yeah, I think he has a big job going on out there.
Yeah, he's trying to get it done. So I think him and his old lady are fixing to go on vacation down to the Keys. Hell, he might be gone there already. I don't know. I sure miss the Keys. I'd like to get down there while they got some they're catching lobster. Man, I love them spiny lobsters. I love them.
I've never been. I'd love to go.
Way more than I do the Maine lobster.
Yeah.
So you've been working?
Yeah, just doing got a lot of shit going on. Just sold my truck.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you get you a new one?
I'm going to go tomorrow. I think I found I had the Dodge, 1500 V8 Hemi,
I'm sorry.
I live in the damn city. That thing was, getting that
overkill.
At this point, yeah, what am I sitting in traffic with a V8 for, And that sucker now was getting like 8 miles to gallon. It was horrible.
Are you gonna get another truck or what?
No, I'm probably gonna get the one I'm gonna go look at tomorrow. It's a little Lexus RX
nice car.
330. It's just it's
Absolutely.
a Toyota.
Nice little SUV.
Yeah, it's it's
I
made
like the 350 better, but the 330 is a nice ride.
Yeah, it gets decent gas mileage and has enough to get up and go. But and those suckers last forever. I know people.
Let me look on my end. Maybe I can find you a good one here for a little less money with a little lower miles. Figure out what they got, and that's what I do for a living. Is I find cars for people.
I got it.
I flip houses every once in a while, but mostly I make 2 or 3 extra grand a month finding cars for people. They pay me to find them. I'm that good, and I know when I need to take one to a mechanic and when I don't. I know what I'm looking at. I can spot paint a mile away.
Right.
So I mean, I was in the car business for 25 years. So, and I bought cars for dealerships, not just for for
Right.
people. So if call me on the telephone my direct line, and we'll tell me what you got to spend. Let me see if I can find you, because I could probably find you one cheaper than what you're giving for it with less miles. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. I've got them kind of connections.
Yeah. But yeah,
You
I
just
go
get
for
a
these.
quick plane to
Yeah.
New Mexico, and I'd pick you up, and then we'd go get your car, and you'd drive home. I'm serious. It'd be like that, but it'd still be you still get more car for your money and probably pay less money for it.
Yeah.
Not to just say, hey, I'm the man, but I'm the guy.
Yeah.
You ever had a
And
guy? I'm the guy.
yeah. And those
That-
RX 330s and 350s, I mean, you can put 300,000 miles on those suckers easy.
Easy
Easy peasy.
peasy. They're good cars. They're Toyota, bro. That's,
Yeah, it's just high end Toyota. Yeah.
all it is. High end Toyota. Yo, look who just showed up. What up there, my little buddy? We were just talking about you, wouldn't we? And he probably overworked. I mean, here's the link if you want to hop up there, fools. Um, yeah, how am I sounding tonight? Am I doing any crackling or anything? It's sounding pretty clean.
Yeah, it's not as bad now. Earlier in the show, when I was in there earlier, there was just a little 15-minute period where it sounded bad, but you sound a lot better than then.
Yeah, I was losing signal again. It buffered a little bit for just a minute, and then he turned my bandwidth up, so it seems like I get better reception. It doesn't buffer as much, and I'm more on time. Like when I talk now, it looks like I'm saying the words instead of subtitles for a Japanese movie or something. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Yeah, I hear you.
He's back out in his shop. Yeah, that's what we figured. You was snorting sawdust. You always working. I got being good today. He was talking about something. I'll talk to you another time about it. But it was pretty funny. If you read what I wrote, you'll laugh.
Yeah.
At least I don't. Oh, Ben, he's a funny son of a bitch, man. I love that guy. He wants to be an
Ben's a good
angry
guy.
white man. He doesn't quite pull it off.
Do what?
I said he wants to be an angry white man, but doesn't pull it off. Like an angry woman.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Oh, he's a wonderful guy. I love the hell out of him. I'd like to sit down to supper with all you guys one time. Just all of us get there and have us all the crawfish we could eat. Man, I wish I had some crawfish. You like crawfish?
I'm not a big fan, but I'll knock it if it's at the party. I'll eat it.
And I like blue crab. I miss some blue. I want some blue crab bad.
Hey, hang tight real quick. I think I heard my daughter. Hold on one second.
Well, fools, I hope everything's going well with you, bubs. I don't know. I just decided to go live. It's been a while since I had an invasion. I'd come hang out with some people. When you going down to Keys, fool? About 20 minutes, Kim. I lived in Santa Fe for quite a long time. Then when my wife passed, I moved out here to Pecos. 2 weeks. I'm jealous. Eat some of them bugs for me while you're there. Them big bugs. Lobsters. Hell, put 4 of them in some dry ice and send them to New Mexico.
All right. Sorry about that.
That's all good, brother. That's all good. Is that front looking any better?
The what?
I was talking to fools.
Oh.
In Santa Fe, Kim, you have some cousins and stuff in there. That's cool. I'm trapped because of the green chili and red chili, man. I'm addicted.
Can't leave because of the chili, huh?
Dude, I love red chili. I love it. I love green chili, fresh green chili. In fact, I'm going to it's harvest season right now, so tomorrow I'm going into Santa Fe and I'm going to get me a couple sacks of chili and put them in my freezer, so I have them.
You go to like a farmer's market or whatever?
Dude, they just set up shop in the middle of parking lots and stuff.
All right.
You know?
Yeah.
And,
That's cool.
Then they cook it right there. You know, they burn it for you out there. You just got to peel it when you get home.
Yeah.
Get home, you know.
And then you go home and make your big old batches of chili.
Well, you just separate it, make you small, make some batches. I put 4 chili in each bag.
Mm-hmm.
That's about all I can eat one time. I tend to. This is the time of year I buy red chili powder to make my carne and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, you ever put a bean in my chili? I have to say you're a Yankee and you're not allowed to play in my park anymore.
Yeah, that's that traveling fool's nonsense.
Yeah,
He
you
has
can tell
beans
he's got
in
a
my
little
chili.
Yankee anyone put some beans in somebody's chili.
Yeah, he didn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Pozole. Put the pozole. You like pozole? You know what pozole is?
Oh yeah.
I love some good if it's cooked right. Do you like menudo?
Menudo's okay. I'm a bigger fan of
I love me
pozole.
some good menudo.
And that pozole is good hangover breakfast, especially if it get it
Yeah,
spicy.
I make a green chili chicken stew with pozole that just it'll make you follow me around. Make me cook you another batch. I ain't kidding you. It's that good. I love it stuff. I think did you just already put one there? I just heard a noise there just a while ago. You can put a whoopee cushion underneath me. I think I just sat on a whoopee cushion. Maybe it wasn't a whoopee cushion. Maybe it was me. It's still pretty hot down there in Texas.
Oh hell yeah. It's damn a solid 100 to 105 every day. It hadn't rained.
Glad you're coming in. Thank you, Bubs.
It hasn't rained in 3 months.
That's hot down there, man. And then you got the humidity too. Ooh.
Yeah, when I lived in
bad.
They're really not. I think it's too hot for the damn mosquitoes.
We don't. I don't have mosquitoes up here. The only mosquitoes you find in New Mexico are the ones right along river and bodies of water. We have something they call no-see-ums. They're like these little minute mosquitoes. Sometimes after, it's rained a while, during the monsoon season, you'll get a few of those. But them little bastards, they'll go through blue jeans, bro.
Yeah, we haven't seen it hadn't been a problem because it hasn't rained in damn 3 months. So
Yeah. We
Not
we're
a lot of
starting to
sitting
get our
water
rain
around.
now. We're getting a little at a time. I heard it thunder, but I haven't seen it rain. I've seen a flash of lightning out there. I don't know if it's heat lightning or I just got a storm coming in. I don't see stars, so it's starting to cloud up out there. We'll probably get a little bit for the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to everybody coming in here and sharing some time with the fat man and talking over. Yeah, I watch a lot of channels off of YouTube and stuff. I watch stuff like X22 Report and a few other Benny Johnson and stuff. Did you hear about the guy who burnt the sign up of the fella that had him a Trump one sign and that his bicyclist come by and kicked it? Then later that evening he came back and burned it.
I didn't think I read too much about it. I think scrolling across Twitter, I saw something about it, but I don't know any
Dude,
details
it's
about it.
blowed up. It went viral. The guy who owned the sign put up $1,000 for information. Well, Benny Johnson, you know who he is?
Yeah.
Okay, Benny Johnson and this other feller put up $5,000 a piece, so $11,000 for information to this guy's apprehension. Before 2 a.m., some guy done tracked him down because he was a bike rider and he had all the new gadgets and stuff, you know. And he had this one program where he showed his traveling range and all that, what he did on his bike that day. He shared it with other biker guys. You know, he's one of them little lalas that wear the helmet and the little weird clothes and the spiky shoes and a little sissy liberal. And he had a tattoo on his arm. Well, they found his ass on that bike channel. And he lived about 2 miles from that guy, and he showed his track, and it showed him speeds and where he was riding. It showed stopping at that guy's house, and they already had him on video. But the guy had a tattoo on his arm, and you know it's him. He's a piece of shit. Well, the cops went and got him. He started crying. You know, I'm sorry. It wasn't against him. It was against that flag. I'm so frustrated. Started crying. Sissy la la.
Man,
I love Salty Cracker. That's the funniest guy God ever put a breath in. Good. He is hilarious. Do you watch Salty Cracker, LW?
I've seen him, yeah.
Oh, that son of a bitch is hilarious, man.
The Louisiana guy?
No, he ain't Louisiana.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of something else that, yeah.
Salty Cracker is a conservative guy that is always crying out about, you know, always making fun of the liberals. And, you ought to look him up. He is just absolutely hilarious. Oh my goodness, you know. He goes, and I like him and Benny Johnson. I watch X22 Report and a few other channels, you know. Just trying to keep up with what's really going on instead of trying to listen to mainstream media and be bah. You know?
Yeah, I try to stay out of all these little fights everybody has.
It ain't about but the thing is, it's not Republican or Democrat anymore. It's Americans against communism, Marxism. It's about whether we even have a country for your daughter or my daughter to grow up in and to free,
right?
Where their vote actually counts.
Right. I'm just mainly talking about all these little these new little pop-up arguments that come across every few weeks, like the Barbie movie, or, you know, these little social arguments that are pointless. Nobody gives a shit. I don't give a shit. Most people don't give a shit. Why are grown men going out to see Barbie to review it? You know, why is Ben Shapiro going to go see Barbie by himself? Like, get a life, dude.
Yeah, right.
There's bigger things to worry about. More, you know. The middle class
is here and hanging out with Mr. Duggar and family, and I thank you for your time, and you come back anytime you see me, and I appreciate your patronage. You have a good evening. Yeah, Salty Cracker's hilarious, dude. He is just absolutely hilarious. Well, anyway, they caught this guy, and they got a liberal district attorney there that kind of just slapped him on the hand. He should have went to jail, but he's got him a civil lawsuit. He's beating to get a lot of that guy's money. But he could have burnt that guy's whole house down. He had 3 babies in that house, and it's like Benny said, it ain't about Democrats or Republicans. It's about America. Do you want to live in a country where people are violent because of your political leanings? That's not America. That's some banana republic piece of shit country.
Right.
Well, they're so damn angry.
That's what I'm saying. They get
being slowly removed.
They get people all amped up about these side stories that don't mean anything in the bigger picture. Where
exactly most of it, the arguing points of the left, the liberal side, it's all just narratives that they're buying into that aren't true.
Right.
It's like, why is there such a great hate for Donald Trump? Because he said they'll let him grab her pussy. That's the only thing. You had Bill Clinton with his assistant. Come on. All he said is them girls will let you grab them by the pussy. And now he's he's a racist. Nobody ever called Donald Trump a racist before he was president. Nobody. I just know these things. There's going to be some changes made, and I thoroughly think that it's like a movie, that's a script that's been written, that he's making them go down certain paths to reveal the deep state and to actually drain the swamp, not only in this country but other countries. Because if American falls, the other countries are going to fall. It's like that one country, it built prisons and stuck all them 13 member gangs. I don't know. They just they talking about shutting Gitmo down. During Trump's watch, they refurbished it, made it bigger. You know what's fixing to go down, don't you? They fixing to be some tribunals. The government is being controlled by our military right now. We're under a continuity of governance by the military. They never transferred to football. Donald Trump is still the commander in chief, but he's not the president. He's the commander in chief. There's two different things. And Joe, did you know when Joe Biden was put in office, how they give that presidential salute for his inauguration? Do you know his inauguration was at a cemetery and they had a funeral salute, not an inauguration salute? Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Not a bunch of people did. Look it up. See if I'm lying. Do a little research.
Oh, I don't think you're lying.
And so I'm thinking he's making them walk down the path that he wants them to walk, and he's bringing pain. You've noticed a lot of things have started dripping out more and more and more. Like when they said Hunter's laptop is fake, but now it's Russian hoax. It's Russian disinformation. Well, no, it's really his laptop. Joe Biden didn't know about his son's business. Yeah, he knew about the business, had several meetings with his clients, overseas clients. Hunter flew 8 times with him on trips to Ukraine and stuff after Obama put him in charge. and you wouldn't see Hunter's name on the manifest on the plane because he'd sneak in the reporters area and go in with them. So he wouldn't, his name wouldn't show up on the paperwork, and that's been proven. So that, and the press knew he was there, but hid that fact. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on that people aren't aware of. They're being kept in the dark because they don't go anywhere else except CNN and MSNBC and Fox. Because Fox is not our friend. There's a couple of them that talk like they bad. They want to be Tuckers, but they still got their jobs, so they are still kneeling.
Yeah, there's plenty of journalists on the right and journalists on the left who are independent from these corporations. That even on the left, there's really great journalists, and I can't watch any of that stuff. It's just nonsense,
That's Okiso company just fired all the employers and it's gone down.
Yeah.
So they closed that one down. They won't be able to close the one he's got up and going now.
All I know is I remember Joe Biden when I was a little kid, ran for president in '88, and he was so full of shit back then that he had to drop out because he lied about this, he plagiarized that, he lied about his education, and they all busted him on it, and he had to drop out, And then I remember
he was losing in the Democratic primary to Bernie was stepping all over him. Bernie should have been the candidate instead of him.
I mean, my whole life, Joe Biden was always regarded as a clown, even by Democrats. And it's just, I still can't believe that he's president at 80 years old.
You're right. Here I am stuck in the middle with you.
Right. I mean, the Democrats used to make fun of him when Obama picked him as vice president. They used to say, that's a good pick because nobody would ever want Joe Biden to be president. The Democrats used to joke about that. Jon Stewart on the Daily Shows. I mean, they all made fun of it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's got the most votes in U.S. history. It's wild.
What time do you got to get up in the morning?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, probably about 7:45, 8 o'clock.
Is that to get your kids off to school, or are you going to work?
Well, tomorrow I'm not doing anything except going to go buy a car.
Oh, cool. Cool. Who's taking you around to look for a car?
Myself, when my wife is not working, I'll take her to work, go pick her up. She's off. I'll just go use the car. But it's Houston. There's so many people selling cars,
Oh, yeah.
I've already test drove a couple around, within 10 miles of my house where people are selling.
Yeah.
I'm not going to no damn dealership and they jack that shit up. And then after, like, let's say you find something for whatever amount, by the time you get out with the documentation fees, the tax title and license, you're spending $3,500 on top of whatever you bought the car for.
Yeah. Buying from a private individual is the way to go.
Yeah, and you can get some great deals, especially these people who have like one owner, it was just one owner the whole time, and they have all their records of oil change every 5,000 miles. They did this, they did that.
Right to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, trust me, use a Carfax. They're great.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't buy a car without one. And I'm a trained looker, but there's sometimes things happening to it, even I can't tell, so, but it's hard to slip one by me, and that'll make me go get a Carfax, but I bought one car that I shouldn't have. It's the only one I didn't pull a Carfax on. That just made a big believer in me, and I always pass the buck, I pass on the cost to the customer, but but it'll sure keep you from making a mistake. And, I mean, that's an expensive mistake, you know.
Right.
Or you can say, well, yeah, this thing's just perfect. Give you a little confidence in your buy, you
Right.
know. Well,
I'm sure I'll figure it out tomorrow. I got a couple people I'm going to go meet with, and I'm sure we'll work it out.
right, right.
But I had to take that deal that I was offered for that truck. So
Oh,
I got offered, and I was like, hell yeah, let's go.
He give you more than what you owed on it, or what?
Well, it was paid off. It's it was what I was asking for,
It's always great to get what you ask. Everybody always wanted. I had sold a boat for my buddy, and this guy messaged. I've had it on Marketplace, you know,
Yeah.
and he messaged me, you know, and we was asking $2,000 for the boat, and he said, "Would you take $1,500 for that boat?" Never even asked me any questions about the boat or nothing, but he wants to make me an offer, right? And I said, "Sorry, it's not available." And because it was a nice little boat and I had good pictures in there. And he puts in there bummer. I said, but for $2,000, it's available.
Right.
I come and paid $2,000 for it. You know, so my buddy, he laughed his ass off. He said, I don't believe you. I said, you know, all you got to do is tell them no. If they want it, they're going to buy it.
Right.
And that was just a clean little John boat with a little 3-horse Yamaha on it. Everything he needed to go fishing. He called me today, asked me what lures I trolled for walleye. I told him. He goes, I said, don't forget on your way to the store. He said, I'm in the store right now. I'm calling you from the Cabela's. I said, okay. Yeah, you know, so get some countdown Rapalas and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Do you ever go fishing?
I'm not a regular. I probably fish like once a year when we go on vacation down to Jamaica Beach and rent a house for a week or so. You know, we'll throw some poles out there in the back channels, go catch some catfish. But
and
that's
I know
about
the
it.
flounder are running right now. I'd sure like to be there to get me some flounder and blue crab. But I'm not.
But I probably fish maybe 2 or 3 times a year, probably.
I try to fish 2 or 3 times a week.
Right. I wish I was in your shoes.
You know, being retired has its benefits. I slipped, you know, the other day, and what happened is I was sitting on the edge of a chair. I reached down to pick something up off the floor, and that damn chair shot out from underneath me. Dude,
Oh,
like
no.
throw my tailbone up between my ears. And I mean, I shook his whole trailer, and it's amazing how many things hurt on me after that. You know,
Yeah.
I banged
You all
my
right?
head. My arse is still sore,
Yeah.
and you know, so I don't know. I guess that's bad. You got a baseball team?
Oh, the Stros, man.
You see what I'm wearing? But yeah, they need to get their head out of their ass. They're going to get it, and make the playoff.
Yeah, there's still a game and a half out for
Yeah,
the
Dustin
division.
Baker's. You know, I don't know if do you follow the Astros a lot?
Yeah, pretty well. I can't. I mean, watch every game, but I keep up with the stats and watch a game here and there.
I got all the respect in the world for the guy, but he keeps playing Maldonado when Diaz should be catching. He should have caught a lot more games before now. He should be ready for the playoffs because he's got a better arm. He's a better bat. And, you know, Maldonado got a couple of hits last night. He got a hit tonight. But that don't make for his other 50 times he swung and missed or popped out.
All right.
You know,
Diaz has it.
Base average of any catcher in the major league. You
Diaz
know,
has
he's like 11 out of 70
18 home runs too.
catching people on second, and Diaz is like 11 out of 20. You know, so I mean, you know, he's got a rocket arm, he's just knocking ding. I think he's up to 19 dingers already. And they didn't play him that much. They kept, but Maldonado played. But
Yeah, I think they're going to catch their stride here. They had at the beginning of the year, they had so many. Altuve was it. They had a whole bunch of injuries, and
oh yeah. Well, and that's why we're in the good place that we are now is our boys that stepped up. Corey Jokes, Chad McCormick. Dusty treated Chad like a stepchild, redheaded stepchild. He just knocks the cover off the ball every time he plays. He's the only Astro with multiple home runs, and then he'll set him down, and it amazes me.
that's what I don't like about.
He ain't never coming back.
Well, yeah, he just
injured for over a year.
No, I just saw he's been there with the
his pickup game. He's down in AAA right now, getting his start.
But they say he might
do about the guys that have earned a spot to be on the team.
But they said
he hasn't played ball in a year. These guys have been playing all year. They're ready to play.
They said he might join the team this weekend.
Well, I would love to see Papa Brad. I'm one of his biggest fans, but he's got to come and produce. You can't just he's old school. He gets to play, and that's the way Dusty plays. He plays the old guys. He likes playing the old guys.
Well, I think that's where they want to get to. If he can come back, you have him, Tucker, and McCormick out in the outfield, and Jordan as DH.
Yeah. I would dig that. I think Jokes is just as good as Bradley is. I mean, he knocked the cover off the ball. He had one little downswing, but they kept messing with him. They'd only play him 3 or 4 days, and then he'd take off 4 or 5 days. And to be good in a game of baseball, you got to play.
Right.
I tell you what, that Tucker, you can't ask no more than what that cat's put out. Chop on.
Oh, that dude's awesome. Tucker's awesome.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the MVP running.
Knocking the cover off the ball, bro.
Who?
McCormick. And
he's
looking as well. I like to see Breggy's finally coming back out of the snap, pulling more walks and strikeouts and starting to hit good. I think the only thing concerns me is our pitching. Javier looked like shit the other night, but we scored 10 runs. Or Katie, they keep bringing him in the bullpen, then they'll start it. He's a starter, man. He's a good pitcher. Brown, he's a wild child. He needs bullpen.
Yeah.
A couple of years of bullpen, then start bringing him back up for like when somebody gets knocked out in the 3rd or 4th, then bring him in and let him go through the game till he gets to Presley. And I think Abreu is a better closing pitcher than Presley. I said it. Yeah, a lot of people put around there, but Abreu's got more strikeouts. He comes in there and shuts them down. And that long-haired guy, big old country-looking mother, he's good, but he'll give up home runs because he throws heat, but that's all he throws is heat.
Right.
And professional batters can hit that heat.
They got to hurry. I mean, and that's just losing a few games to.
He never said a truer thing. The 3 most important things in baseball are pitching, pitching, and pitching.
Right. And that's what sucked about Astros losing a couple games to Seattle, as Texas was going on like a 9-game losing streak.
No shit.
And we couldn't pick up the damn.
We lose, they lose. We win, they win. We lose, they lose. I mean,
yeah, they just need to get in the groove and get hot because Texas looks like they're struggling a little bit.
I'll tell you what, we got to watch out for the Mariners. They'll sneak up on you. That's a good baseball team. They beat the dog shit out of us, dude.
Yeah, they did.
I didn't catch we were leading last time I seen the score on the game, but yeah, I love baseball. That's always been my my love and passion. I wished I would have been good enough, but I knew I was good, but I wasn't that good, and I had to recognize it, and and it was a real letdown in my life that I couldn't be a professional baseball player. I mean, I was good,
Right.
but I didn't have the patience for people in school telling me what I could do and couldn't do. When if I didn't want to listen to them, I could go make $2,000 fishing.
Right.
I didn't need their learning. I was smart anyway. I was bored with school because I was so far ahead of everybody. I went from 9th grade to 11th grade. I skipped 10th grade.
Yeah.
I got college, and I said, "What am I doing here? I'm making more money fishing than I'll ever make." As as an oceanographer. So that's what I started doing. I just went fishing.
So what'd you play in baseball?
Do what?
What'd you play in baseball?
I pitched and I played second base.
Oh, there you go. Which were you better at?
I could throw a ball hard. And I'll never forget the first time I had somebody that knew how to throw a baseball like a professional player throw a ball at me.
Right.
My cousin Floyd was 6'3", and he played college ball and he was a pitcher. Dude, that son of a bitch could throw a ball 98 miles an hour. If you never had a ball thrown at you at 98 miles an hour, that'll make you decide differently. It took a little bit of, he's what saved my baseball career if I was going to go further, because he'd come pitch to me and let me, bat. But they had kids out there in high school that could throw, low 90s. He was already up in college throwing 98 miles an hour, being scouted by every team in the MLB, and this dude threw it from his toes. You know who you remind me of was Randy Johnson, and I never was a big left-handed pitcher hitter. They kind of always intimidated me a little bit, but I could hit them. But when I never really had anything but high school boys throw balls to me, try to hit. When he unleashed that first fastball by me, dude, my sack, my balls went up inside my body. Oh my God, what the hell? Oh hell no!
Yeah,
Because I ain't gonna hit you. I'm not letting I didn't want him to throw that ball again at me. I was like, dude, the difference between 89 and 90 to 98 is ridiculous.
dude. I remember.
I know. There's some kids out there can throw over 100.
Yeah, I remember I used to go to. It's kind of split. It's like a driving range for golf and then batting cages. They have a place inside for batting cages. I'd go in there and hit some balls, and I'd like, all right, let me do the 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there and just phew, pop, like what the, that's just no curve, no movement, just whoosh.
Yeah, and you had to be scared of them old things because some of them balls been hit so much they were warped a little bit.
Oh yeah,
and you'd push that fastball and it'd come out at 100-mile-an-hour curveball. Holy crap!
Yeah, it took me 25, 30 swings to make contact and tip it, foul it, and about 60 swings before I actually hit one. But man, that is a hard thing to do to even.
Yeah. Well, hey, Bub, it's getting to be kind of late. It's 11 o'clock. I actually been on for 3 hours. I think I'm gonna shut it down. I got
all right, Bubs.
3 wonderful people still hanging around. I appreciate you. The invasion, I consider a success. I never blurred out at all. I skipped there for about 10 minutes one time, and I guess I finally the clouds cleared or whatever happened. I ended up getting live to wall internet. But yeah, man, thank you for coming up, LW.
Well, I appreciate you having me. I would have come in earlier, but I had to charge my damn phone.
Hey, man, let me see your face. I've never seen your face. Give me a
Do
shot
what?
at it.
My
Let me
face?
see your mug.
You see it?
Oh, it's dark.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. That, well,
I'll
no, I
send you.
understand.
I'll send you a picture of it if you like.
Yeah, okay, man. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna shut this down. I appreciate you coming. I appreciate everybody else that came in tonight. So I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna say my little closing prayer, and I'm gonna get out of here, man.
All right, let's go.
Our dear Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for all my many blessings. I want to thank you for the air that I breathe and this earth I live on, and my family, my friends that have joined me tonight to jabber and sniff some air with me and share their thoughts on a lot of subjects. And I appreciate you sending them my way. I want you to guide and lead our nation to be a strong nation, one nation under God. Protect us, O Lord. We fight, use you as our shield. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen, brother.
See, I have a daughter too, man. She's 23. And I worry about her. And I worry about this country. So if y'all see something, report it. You know, get out and vote. Make a difference. Go down to your school boards. And call your congressman. Write them letters. Email them. Don't let them some guns sleep on America. Thank y'all, and we'll see you on the next invasion for sure. Y'all have a good one. Peace. Remember, Mr. Ducker loves everybody. Take care of you little bitty self.